What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of The Wiley Show. I am super excited to be back doing celebrity gossip. Oh my gosh. Um, it feels so liberating to be able to go live and don't have to worry about clocking in the traditional sense, but still clocking in on the internet. So we're gonna be, waking it up. And y'all excuse me because this have been a trying week but fun. Um, and I'm here for it. All right. So we got a lot to discuss. I see Goldilocks in the chat. I see y'all in here. We definitely gonna be in here. Give me 1 second. Why that light flicking, Paul? My light is flicking. It shouldn't be flicking. We gonna share this live with people so they can see it. Um, and I'm definitely going to stay messy. Now, a lot of people are not going to like the mess because I've already got emails from Look Kim team thanking me. Kimberly people have been thanking Wiley, and a lot of folks didn't know I was a part of her stand club. And I told you we was in charge of the Beehive. And when I tell you it was incredible, because she had been coming out, and Nicki Minaj people have been upset about it. And Nicki begged us, to help her. But I told Nicki she's nothing but trash. And I was so disgusted by a justice system because Nicki Minaj husband is able to go with her overseas, and this man loved 13-year-olds, and it's just so disgusting how our justice system is doing that. Now, when I got word and I got the dragger and I didn't want to do it, I don't want to do it because I used to like Nicki, but I found out that woman ain't got no sense. She is just as dumb as she come. Now, Nicki Minaj is one of the worst black women ever, and she is on drugs. Nicki Minaj is on drugs. What? What? Oh my God. Oh my God. He's going to get sued. Oh my God. You know what her drug is? And she love it. Pedos. She is addicted to pedos. I'm going to say it again. Nicki, this woman, hold on, stop. This woman is addicted to pedos. And until the Barbs wake up to it, y'all that's underage gonna get violated by her husband. It's just that simple. She is addicted to pedos. And she's so sick and demonic because to her, she normalized it and she called it street culture. I had my booty toot up with a lot of street dudes. Well, some of them were pedos. And because when I was younger, I was throwing this back for some grown men. So a lot of street dudes do like teenagers. Because I had a couple of grown men in my day. And I didn't know, I still don't know that I was violated. That, because the type of dudes, they have muscles, they have guns, they was lit. They was sweaty balls. So I really didn't care. But when I got older, really didn't make me know that, I still don't look like, oh my gosh, I was violated as I kind of like remember those days. It kind of want to go back to it, honestly, with them grown men. But I can't say that because I'm going to get canceled, Paul. But kinda, a lot of gay people I talk to, we don't look at it as you would violate it, you would touch. Because the dude, he had muscles. He smelled like Black and Mal. He smelled like Kush. He was a drug dealer. That turned me on. It still kind of turned me on. I kind of like it. But would I want to do that to another teenager? No. because I like grown men. I still like thugs. Give me a thug married man in a second. This woman, she took somebody's boyfriend. I can't stand that she did that. And see, Nicki fans, I blocked about 300. Y'all can't troll me. I get trolled by the cops. I get trolled by the white folks. These stupid barbs, they in my DM. You F word, blocked. You B, blocked. I get trolled in real life. That don't scare me, you pissy little barbs. Shut up. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke that barb in the name of Jesus. Take out that pinkness. Grow you some cojones. Lord, I ain't stun you barb. I ain't stun you. Because if you really was the true bearer of Gag City, you would tell her, get out of being in with pedos. Why you couldn't get you a husband that's not a pedo? There's plenty men like me that don't do pedo activity, and I'm thinking strategically, and I got an income. She like to take care of folks. She love to take care of folks. Hobo pedos. That's who she take care of. She ain't nothing. And that's why y'all mad. I don't worship her. She's broke. She's living up on the white man. She ain't got no money. Everything she got is she in debt. Her house in debt. She don't own it. She owe taxes. She owe mortgages. Who cares about her lawsuit? Who cares about her lawyers? Shut up. You're ignorant. Y'all think I care about this woman lawsuits? Shut up. When she delivered it to my door, I'm going to crumble it up. And I'm going to do a press conference. And I'm going to say, Your Honor, I just want her to get some sense. She ain't got no brain. She's a thief, and she stole from Lil' Kim. She always want to sue somebody. She prey on people ignorance. And this is the thing about Lil' Kim that she told me at the dinner table. And she just said it. Nicki is dealing with a downfall that she ain't ready for because she tried to do that with me, and I'm winning. I'm riding a young man. I already know. I said, look, Kim, you already getting that young man some pussy. She chuckled. I know you giving him some. He giving that good old Kruger. You ain't got to lie. He eating that. You ain't doing that video with nothing with them aluminum foil sunglasses. You giving him some. You ain't got to lie. I can smell the stench of your yoni on his breath. I can tell within less than a second who's screwing who. That's why I knew that Derek at Hillcrest was screwing the assistant DON. I know y'all screwing. You brought your boyfriend in a nursing home. You queen. I can smell it. That's one thing I know. Gay folks that's trying to be straight, and I can smell you. I can smell the douche kit. I can smell the doo-doo. And I know it from residents doo-doo, from you screwing the ADON in the bathroom. I can smell it. You queen. I ain't studying you. And Derek, just like Nicki, you trying to set me up. Got the cops waiting. Shut up. You a queen. I know you queen. I'm going to see you up north. You got money. You incompetent, but you got a bank. I'll throw that thing on you in the club. F the club up. F the club up, the original version. That trash that she put out, the remix, was a disgrace. And I told Kim, I said this when we was eating ice cream. I said, this heifer is so jealous. She gonna come out and just throw something out to distract from your momentum, but it won't work. This heifer gonna have the worst remix that she could have thought of. F the club, it's stupid. Why would you take a good song and just add incompetent rappers? Them rappers are incompetent. They are trash. You didn't need to do F the Club Up remix. You did that because you mad that Lil' Kim is winning. You jealous. You shouldn't be thinking about Lil' Kim. You should be thinking, as you gonna do at the candidate. You need to be thinking about Glorilla. You got Glorilla. You got Young Miami Freak Off. You got Claudia. She's a freak off with Diddy and she mad because people exposing her. You should be worried about them. Why are you worried about Kim, the originator? She the queen. That's why you got all that karma. And if you keep playing, you're going to end up in a nursing home, you heifer. You think your husband going to take care of you, get sick, he going to dump you in a nursing home. You going to be at Hillcrest. Baby, and none of them barbs going to be able to take care of you. And then I was talking, they said she can't sell out arena. So Nicki can't sell out no arena. If you got all them empty seats, it's not sold out. How she the queen and Taylor Swift sell out more than her? She can't even sell out more than Taylor Swift. And I was telling these stupid barbs, they dumb. They don't make no sense. I know they uneducated. I know they ignorant. Nicki ain't nothing but a liar. And if she's so rich, what rich person gonna be on Station Head? On a low budget app that Wiley own, and she's successful, and she can't even get 80 million people to watch her. Her followers ain't real, ain't number bots. She ain't got nothing but Hillcrest bots up at North Dallas in that chat. Because if you really had true support and you really got all them true followers, when you go on Station Head, it should be 6 million people watch it. Amen. I don't understand it. And I like Nicki Minaj. I used to like her because when I used to come up, when I graduated from high school, I had a high school diploma. I didn't get mine from Africa like Thaddeus and Cecilia. African people is the most uneducated, mean, nasty people. I would never have an African doctor. But when I graduated from high school, I purchased her album. And it was a good album. I didn't know she stole it from Lil' Kim, though. If I would have known that, I would have threw that album in the trash. And this is why I know barbs are stupid. Because I used to be a stupid barb. I said I used to be. For people with no education, used to be is past tense. And I would say Kim is a has-been. At that time, I thought that because I was listening, I was indoctrinated by the pink cocoa dust coat. And when I went through it, it was crazy. Okay, let me block you. You keep on talking about, please open up Twitch. Let me please put you in timeout. I'm tired of you repeating the same thing, you stupid person. Okay? And that's how it goes. They say, I expect the gays to hate this. They are talking about Freaky Girl. No, I just think the song sucked. If you like the Nicki Minaj song, press 1. If you like the Nicki Minaj song, press 1. Okay? Let me know. If you like the Nicki Minaj song, press 1. Okay? If you don't like it, press 2. Let me know in the chat. If you like the Nicki Minaj song, press 1. If you don't like it, press 2. If you like it, press 1. If you don't like it, press 2. I'm asking you, most of the people are going to be unhonest. One thing about Wiley, I'm the most honest person you can find in the world. Because if it's boo-boo, I'm going to say it's boo-boo. They said Nicki haters. We're not hating because we're telling the truth. Kenneth, how can you say you hate something that you don't like? It's just because you don't like it. I have a friend, he don't like black people. And we very intimate together in the bedroom. He put on his sheet. I put on my slave outfit. He don't like me. He don't like what I represent, but he like what I grow between my legs, and that's understandable. Now, do I want him to lie to me like Biden and say he love black people and he don't? Be honest. We be in the bedroom. He put on his sheets. I put on my slave gear. And he got this nice little shed outside. And he want me to just walk on the ground with no shoes on. And then he like when I sing, and he got a little garden in his backyard. He have a estate. Because you don't screw poor whites. That's in Hillcrest, like the Hillcrest of the world. I screw wealthy whites that own the Hillcrests of the world. And so when I had on my slave gear, I be singing, way in the water, way in the water, children, way in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. And he would rip off my slave gear. How did I tell you you're gonna do that, right, boy? Right, daddy master. Daddy master, yes. And he would rip it off, and he would say, I want to buck break you. And he would buck break me. And he would break me, and then he's verse. And I would get on top. Dominate me, you N-word. Dominate you N-word. Dominate you N-word. Or I'm gonna give you a couple of lashes of my tongue. And I do it. And because I do it so well, of course he didn't pay me. But he's honest. And he tell his people, I never screw black people. And he do it. But people want you to lie. I respect a white person that tell me they don't like me because I'm black. And we can go and we can eat. Hey, FT, you my executive producer. We're going to do a members only live. Be on the lookout. I love that. And that's what I love. Be honest with me. Nicki is just not honest. If she say, I want to be the only one, I ain't stunning you. I hate you other women. I don't like that y'all are giving me competition, that I got to go out home and neglect my eating habit. I want to rab my pedo husband face. I want to play with my non-talking baby. At least if she say that, I say I respect her. But what she do, she lie. And then when I went live and I went viral, had about 400,000 people watching me from around the world. When we exposed her lies, this woman got on the phone and told the women to drop their Popeye's chicken, get on the Greyhound, because she couldn't put them on planes, to go on stage at Pink Friday 2 that I haven't sold out and perform. And the reason why she performed, telling them women to perform, is all because she trash. And I hate that. I'm disgusted by that. Because you could have had each one of them people having their own set. Ain't like you got that non-talking baby. He can't talk. You might as well put him in the facility. Put him at Hillcrest, the children edition. He can't talk. You just waste your time. Play with him back there, can't talk. And literally, you could have got each artist to have a set. You should have just had JT on there. But you selfish. You are disgusted, and I can't stand the fact that you was in that dressing room, had that phone twisted aside, and you had to share with all the women, and they were nervous. Ooh, they were so nervous. It wasn't genuine. I could tell when it's genuine, when it's happy, when y'all can tell that it's really unity and sisterhood, and you got to sit in the front in the middle. It's like, I'm better than these uneducated blacks. They poor. It's like you thrive on people poverty and ignorance and no selling albums. You like to have, you didn't have people that really selling sitting down. What was Doja Cat? What was Megan Thee Stallion? People with competition that don't kiss your butt. They used to, but they find out, baby, they more gifted than you. I used to do that too with YouTubers. And then when I found out, I'm more entertaining than all of them. So what? They got veneers. More entertaining. They still watch me right now. I'm more entertaining than these down low people that's on there down low, getting fat. They used to work out. They gain weight. I'm more gifted than them. Baby, they girlfriend that moved to Houston. She up there playing her cootie cat on Instagram. Down to Ross Wig, playing her coochie. Talking about when I'm going to come eat it. Never. Because if you smell like fish in New York, rat meat, you going to smell like fish in hot urine in Houston. You ain't did nothing but move to a low income area in Houston because they finally got you off the waiting list. You ain't paying market rent. You ain't paying market rent. She ain't paying no market rent. She was on the waiting list and she got approved. And that's sad. That's disgusting. She smell like fish and she get to get low income. I can't get it. I make too much. That's sad. She gonna stink up them people places with fish smells. I understand if she was at Hillcrest at North Dallas, she can smell them people, but it'll fit right in. That funky woman, and I'm kind of upset that she could come from the gutter of New York, go to Houston, get an apartment, and don't have to pay market rent. She pays $0.00. You think they went apartment shopping. That's cap. That's government housing. That's simple. Government. She ain't paying market rent. I'm going to say it again. Y'all sit there and y'all believe it. I told you, you sleepy blacks believe anything. You're uneducated. She got low income, by your income rent, Section A. She ain't paying market rent. Tell her to show the receipt. And then send me the bill and I call it on the air and I'm going to ask them, do it go by your income? I can guarantee you they're going to say yes. But we do got a couple apartments that is by the market. Y'all don't know. These people be lying to you. Because if she had money, why you leaving New York to go to Houston? And you was in the projects in New York. You was suffering in New York. Okay? I'm not being rude to my followers. Say it ain't so. You don't even donate. So you ain't a follower of mine. Only thing you doing is dragging up space. Just don't talk. You're uneducated. You're ignorant. You keep on talking about you disrespectful to your followers. If that was the case, then why y'all keep watching Zeus? Why y'all keep watching BET? Why y'all keep watching The Real Housewives? They talk about y'all every day. Why you keep going to the Koreans? They disrespect your black behind and you still go there. You still give your money. I went to in Chicago, they protested. A black woman went there and she tried to say they beat her up. Did the place shut down temporarily and it's still open now? They still disrespectful. You don't go to them Koreans and say, please respect me in my neighborhood. You take your black behind there and you keep spending your money. Shut up. Stop trying to tell me what to do and you ain't telling them Koreans what to do in your neighborhood. You're uneducated. You're ignorant. Because if you got something to say about me, take your black behind in your neighborhood. You can't. It's been gentrified. You can't tell them people nothing because you scared around them folks. You ain't got the juice. You ain't got the backbone. You can type it in the chat. Take your behind in your neighborhood and tell them people to get out of your neighborhood. Stop gentrifying it. You can't. You don't have the education. You're ignorant. And say it ain't so, you don't even donate. I don't know why you talking. And don't even show your face. don't even call in because you're uneducated. You're ignorant. You don't sit down, yes, say it ain't so, with the white folks. You be at the hillcrest of the world catering to them white people, tap dancing for them white people, talking so, I love y'all so much. Ooh, that's you. But you grow a backbone with Wiley. It don't make no sense. You ain't going to your congressman so you can get a loan. You still suffering. You can't donate because you in debt with your children. You can't donate because one of your child don't talk and you can't afford a doctor. So your child got to be non-talking and got saliva running down his nose and ain't nothing you can do about it because you ain't got the money. You're uneducated. You don't got it. Now go tell that to them. Yeah, your kids is grown. And they still bringing their grandkids to your house. Is they grown out of your house? You a liar. They still there eating and stinking up your apartment. Someone said, what's wrong, sweetheart? Uneducated blacks. Uneducated blacks. Their heart ain't sweet. All they do is criticize. All they do is disrespect. And they told me yesterday, don't congratulate you. Why don't you go work at a better facility? You're uneducated. Do you love me? Do that love come with a donation with a spoon? Do it come with a donation? And you married to a white man, so you got sense. You got sense because you married to the white folks. You got you some sense. So judging by this picture, by that white man, it looked like he got a good credit score. I can guarantee you it looked like he got some money. Would that be accurate, Christopher? It looked like, even though when you screw him, he ain't got what Wiley got, but he got that white mindset, that strategic mindset. Would that be accurate, Christopher? You ain't got no black man because you know you don't want to date a black man because they say you talk white. Would that be accurate, Christopher? It looked like he got a 720 credit score. Why didn't you date a Kenneth Petty? Maybe because you're not addicted to pedos like Queen Mother that stole from Lil' Kim, the original Queen Mother. She's addicted to pedos, and she knows that. Baby, them people overseas, children gonna get abducted and abused by her husband. I feel sorry for Germany. I thought they had some sense. Because ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna let them people let somebody's husband that got a whole that go to Germany. I would tell her no, it ain't worth it. Them children in Germany don't need no whole pedo running loose on the streets. He got a sickness, a sick pain. Just watch. Them people, them German news, they're gonna say children start getting violated ever since Kenneth Petty came there. Her husband that she loved. How she love her. His seed so bad, got you a baby that don't talk. That baby can't even say goo goo gaga. It can't even say mama. Because that wicked seed took his voice. And until she leave, that baby ain't gonna talk. That's the karma for what the husband did to Jennifer Hugh. That baby ain't gonna talk. You better call it Papa Bear, because Bear, Papa Bear, teddy bears don't talk. That's why she called it Papa Bear. That baby don't even say goo goo gaga. It's muted. But because of that mother, open her legs to a wicked seed. He ain't gonna do that and say, Daddy, why did you abuse Jennifer Hugh when he do talk? And yes, he has a good credit score. I know he got a good credit score because you had some sense. I'm about to date me a white man with money. I ain't stunned you blacks. or educated black. But the educated black with money, they dating the white folks. They ain't dating no EBT, ignorant blacks. They dating white. So it's nowhere in the world. If I wanted an educated black in the gay community, the white people got them on lock. Go to the club. If the club, if you try to dance on them black folks, they will rebuke you. Shut up. I don't like black men. I like them white folks. Go there if you want to. Go to them bathhouses. Them educated blacks with good body and no mandingo peens. They with the white folks with the swivel up pink peen. They don't care if it's swiveled up. They got a bad body. They got money. It's about the money. Who cares? I'm not, quote, only uneducated, ignorant blacks. I'm not attracted to you. Who cares about the physical sense? Do you got a black card? Do you got stocks and bonds? Do you got a 720 credit score? Do you got properties? Do you got an ARA? Do you got a 401k? If you ain't got that, shut up. Don't judge that black man. And guess what? He's light-skinned, so already his great-great-grandmother, which was black, already screwed the slave master. She was smart. She said, listen, I'm going to give these slave masters some coochie. I'm tired of being in the field. I'm going to be in the big house. So it's already in his DNA. It is oozing to be with the white man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Christopher. Better be with it. And you already got your last name, Witherspoon. It ain't no Keisha, Pookie. It's Witherspoon. It sounds white because it's white. You can get along by the name Mr. and Mrs. Witherspoon. It ain't no Mrs. and Mr. Jones. When they hear that, they know it's black. Jeffrey, the Jefferson, they already know it is black. The Evans family, them white folks, and they can see you coming. Them beat up trucks and everything. And he go to blacks. Well, John Witherspoon was black. And where he at? He's in the graveyard. He getting ate up by maggots. But at least John Witherspoon was able to live a successful life. He won that Hillcrest. He would have died a long time ago. Every time you in the kitchen. Over the kitchen. He ain't gonna be able to do it at a Hillcrest. You can't get in the kitchen. They lock up the food. He ain't gonna be able to do that. He was so happy. He done went to Hillcrest. Baby, all them jokes would have died with him. He would have died so quick with bed sores, infected urine. Everything you kids. He ain't gonna be able to do that. They ain't gonna feed him. They ain't gonna feed him. And Day ain't coming. No, it's Craig. Craig gonna be like, he gonna be in there eating, smoking weed. And John Witherspoon would have been at Hillcrest suffering. There's plenty of celebrities, parents, or connected that I've took care for, gospel singers that I took care for, and they family winning awards, and their mama is suffering in their urine, in their feces. He wouldn't have got no special treatment down at no Hillcrest. Legend or not legend, you gonna get you some infected urine, and it's gonna burn, and you're not going to no hospital. Because we got to keep you in that bed, John Witherspoon, because we got to get dollars. You leave this room, you leave this place, we don't get paid. We only get paid for you to be in that bed. That's the truth. Whoopi Goldberg, you think she big now with no eyebrows? Baby, she would have bed sores on her eyebrows if she was at Hillcrest. And I love Joe Behart. Don't get me wrong, I love her. She tell jokes, she come to Hillcrest, the joke would be her drowning in her feces. And then she would have pictures in the room that she was on The View, that she had this successful career. So what? She gonna suffer. and you're going to smell the stench. And they will be so bold to play the view seeing her get neglected. Help, help, help. And you know what them Cecilius and Thaddeus, this is what they're going to be doing. They don't care. You was a jar with a spoon. They're going to be right here. This is what they're going to be doing. Sleep. They ain't stun you. Help. Why don't you help me? I was on The View. I'm famous. I ain't got to take this. They don't care. You go take it. You can't get up and move out of that bed. He sleep. And you know what? You got Miss Pecky of the world. She white. She look like she could be Jay Bayhart's sister. She ain't going to do nothing if I report it, if you get one of them, because them none on Zig, we phasing out. They ain't going to do it, but edit that time clock. They was on break. That's the reality. Nicki, no matter how successful she is, she lose money and go broke. I had to get Medicaid and Medicare. Due to the fact that she's Nicki Minaj, she'll be at a Hillcrest and she will suffer. And the signs all, and the petties coming off. You ain't got to worry about the petties coming off. That diaper gonna be up on you. You're gonna have stores with stench. And then she had all that surgery. So all that pink concrete gonna ooze with an infection and pus, and she gonna die. And the only thing, her music gonna play in the room. In Orlando with stench. And we gonna turn that off. And we might just, and then Hillcrest, they have blasted music up just to drown out her complaining. Help me. I'm Nicki Minaj. I ain't got to take this. I got Gag City. They going to tell you, them African nurses, I don't care if you have Gag City. Shut up. You're interrupting my sleep. And they will go in that man car to give you a good old strong sleeping pill. I get something for her. I'm going to go in this meditation cart and I'm going to give her all of these medicine. They're going to give it to her. You're going to be knocked out and oozing and drowsy. They ain't going to feed you. I'm a feeder. My doctor said I'm a feeder. So what? If you can't pick up that tray and that plate, you're going to starve. I don't care what your doctor say. This is Hillcrest. We neglect folks on the hill, in the crest, in North Dallas. They don't care nothing about you. That your doctor said you a feeder. Turning every 2 hours, baby, you gonna get turned every 8 months. If that. If you don't believe me, Nicki, there's plenty of your fans in that nursing home, and they suffering. I love Nicki. It was a person I took care of. Love Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates don't see you suffering. You need to drop that. I love me some Kevin Gates. We'll call Kevin Gates and tell him to get that infected urine out of you. And she was a big fat white woman. So you already know a big fat white woman can't get people, and they got them black husbands. First of all, they weak husbands. Because if it was my wife, I wouldn't put her in no thing like that. You don't love your wife like that. Ain't nowhere in the world you can say, I love my wife. And you put her in Hillcrest, you hate your wife. Because everything that you do, you could have did that at home. And then I blame you for eating all that food. You shouldn't eat all that, knowing that you're going to be bedbound. And you poor, you can only get fat if you rich. If you eat all that and you bedbound, you're going to suffer hard. And if you two people to turn you, baby, you really going to suffer. They barely can get one good person, and you need two. You're going to drown in that, and it's going to hit you hard. This is one woman I took care of Hillcrest. I got a sore. Oh, I'm in pain. I didn't have this in the hospital. I need a pain pill. We go in the break room to go get some help. That's our help. Sleep. Comfortable. Okay? He been in there for hours. And she was a white woman. I couldn't believe it. Years ago, I wouldn't even be welcome to even talk to white people. Because of the law, I wouldn't be able to look at that woman in her eyes. And now she's suffering. I didn't even have no soul. And she called her husband. Her husband can't help. In order for him to survive, he got to work. And they know that. Soon her husband leave to go to work, baby, she got more suffering. And they hate that you get somebody to spy on them. So you really gonna suffer. And then the state come talk to her, nothing happened. Because she's scared. They could put some in her food. She get an unexplained illnesses. They control it. She can't speak up if she wanted to. Her husband can't get her out of there, and she in that place. Well, they told me I can see if I like it, and I don't. And I told her, I said, whether you in this place or in Tremont or in Madison on Marsh or in any of these other places, it's gonna be worse, worse, and worse, and worse, and worse, and worse, and worse, and worse, 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 worse. The Africans took over. All the places, you still gonna see him at another facility. He work at 3-5 of his facilities. So you might as well just suffer here. Don't even waste the time because you big. The fire department got to come. They got to get everybody to put you in the bed in there and try to show you. You might as well stay there. That's the reality. There ain't no good places that take care of poor folks. It don't exist. And she white. She white. It was a black one. Help me, turn me. And the camera right there, crystal HD. I don't know, ring camera. I had one, my mom had one of them cameras. They just looking. If they looking, I said to myself, that family getting high and getting fucked and ain't studying. They ain't studying that you suffering. Who cares? Because if they cared about you, they would have. But you gain all that weight. You love to eat. Half of these people in these nursing homes because of their bad eating habits. They ate too much, neglecting their health, and knowing the Honorable Elijah Muhammad how to eat to live. And most of them, if they would have changed their diet and their lifestyle, they wouldn't be suffering at Hillcrest. And finally, when they woke up to the fact, it's too late. Death is just coming, but they suffering. That's the reality. No matter how good Nicki look, she go to Hillcrest, that wig, they'll keep that wig on, and her hair will be infected with sores. I've seen it happen. It was one lady, they had on a wig, they never took it off with glue and stuff like that. She had a sore, a little sore, and they never did. And the sore stuck to wig, and it got infected with pus. And they never removed it. You could just smell it. And it was pain. And the only thing they do, give her pain pills. And you can smell the stench. You can smell the stench. And I've taken care of famous gospel singers, famous R&B singers. Back in their day, maybe the only thing they got is playing music. They music. And they suffer. Suffer. And they, when they have dementia, I remember I danced with James Brown. And I never thought I saved for Aretha Franklin. I don't care you sorry for Aretha Franklin. Them Africans don't give a damn. Shut up. Only thing they gonna do is dope you up with medicine and you gonna get an explained illness and you just gonna know. They don't care you used to sing with Aretha. You ain't see Aretha in there because she had money. That woman died at home. It's about the money. It was one lady said, I understand that. I was a part of the grand wizard of the clan. He still want to be racist. I'm glad Dr. King got. Who cares? You about to join him? At least Dr. King didn't have to die from no bed sore. They just took him out. He had a good sweet one. He transitioned. He had to get infected by no bed sore. You suffering. At least Dr. King, they were able to point. They had to look at his bed sores. He had one. He went at a nursing home. He was giving black folks civil rights. He was giving us some black folk hope, change, dreams. And finally, when he woke up, it was too late. Them FBI agents, government, okay, player. You think you about to live to see the promise. You ain't. You think you about to eat this last piece of chicken with Reverend Jesse Jackson? You ain't. You won't be seeing that fried chicken. You won't be seeing them dinner rolls. This is evil. And these people, they laugh. No matter how I love Mega Evans. But when I look at it, he would have came out better taking care of his family. Because Mississippi is just as racist when Mega Evans was walking down with that collar and long and short sleeve and that clipboard. They just as racist. They ain't got no black power base in Mississippi. Them black folks in Mississippi is just as uneducated and ignorant. They got the power, but their mind is powerless. Mega just wasted his time. To be honest, Mega Evans wasted his time. His life, he just gone. He could have just been a teacher. He should have been a rapper. Black folks would have made him famous. He should have just been a singer. He should have been a professor. He tried to help black folks and it didn't work. Because in the history of Mississippi, there was one black man that made sure and vote against the interests of his people. They put in the Constitution or the DNA of the system that made it designed that it will never be a black person as the governor, a black politician in Mississippi in a high position in Mississippi. I got to read on that again. But they had some type of conference because they didn't want no black folks to be in power ever again. And they used a black owner and he turned against the interests of black people and voted with them white folks because he was an owner. He said, I don't want my money messed up. I don't want y'all boycotting me. So I'd rather take y'all interest. It's about the money. And I forgot the brother's name. He was the Judas of black folks. Before there was a Black Panther. And that's why the Mississippi is suffering today. Mississippi system so set up, you could speak up if you wanted to. Black people is asleep. Mega Evans tried, they ain't do it then. He was a little successful. And them white people saw he tried to wake up a few blacks, he got to go. And you know what them black folks did? Went back to sleep. And they've been sleeping in Mississippi for generations. Mississippi is the poorest state ever, the most uneducated state ever. They got the most STIs, the most HIV cases, the most babies they can't take care of, the most filth. And them Mississippi women are the most ignorant women you ever meet in your life. They get whooped the most. They not the most clean. And they the most unhealthy. The most amputation, the most diabetes. They don't know. They call it soul food. White folks call it death food. Ain't nothing but death. All that pig feet, all that pork is eating your bones up. And that's why you can't move. And the white CNAs, if you can find it, they evil too. Because they mad, they can't make it as an RN. I work with some evil CNAs that was white. And they got out too. Because they said they ain't going to do that forever. I rarely work with white CNAs that have been doing it for 30, 40 years. I see the black one, they all back is messed up and kneecaps messed up. This one lady said I had to put back injections in her back and still had to work. She would be humped over, couldn't even move. Couldn't even move. She broke her body down and still was renting a messed up apartment. She had to leave. And she didn't retire. The job said, you can't come back. You unhealthy. You can't move no more. She in a senior citizen and she cried. She wanted to stay. And she's in a nursing home herself. Actually, she became a patient at the nursing home. Because when I worked there towards when I was getting ready to leave, she became a patient. She moved in. Didn't talk. She was at another facility. Oxygen. And I believe she's gone now. Yeah, she had to be gone now because she was halfway gone when I say that. She did all that. Was it worth it? Nope. She came out better being a prostitute. Black folks, we try to be so morally clean. What have gotten us? Nothing. White folks, the most powerful race ever. They said, screw ethics, screw morals, screw it. Jesus, screw all that. We told you, black folks, that it's a Jesus. And we told you it was white. You think we get a damn because you believe in Jesus? Go cry to him. Go pray to him. We want you on your knees, sleep. Because while you praying, we running the world. And most of these sanctified Holy Ghost people on government assistance. It ain't on no Jesus assistance. They ain't on no Jesus assistance. They ain't on no Holy Ghost assistance. That's all government. Because I was looking at you, church. I looked at it, and I'm going to break it down. I was sitting at you, church, and everybody in there was a home health aide. Because they weren't even smart to get their certified nurse assistant. Everybody in there was a home health aide, but it was one woman in there, mothership, that owned her business. And she was quiet. She owned a store. She owned a building. She had multiple cars. And she did it quietly. You didn't even know that she was a business owner. One day I worked at her thrifty store and her husband, he's gone now. Quiet. Great family. But some of her children, they was thugs. One of them screwed my cousin Nishanta, the pastor's daughter, and whooped her. She think I didn't know that. That's why she messed it. Bishop, you talk about gays. Why you ain't exposed mothership son where he whooped Nishanta? Cartwright whooped her. Beat her up. But she was demonetized. She loved that peen. He whooped her tail, screwed her from the back, and whooped her. Whooped him. I'm glad he did because he whooped the messiness off. She stopped being messy about me. She got her some sense. I'm kind of glad. Because she was trying being messy. He whooped the mess out of her. Good. Shit, sir. You weren't doing no being messy. Didn't have no children. You couldn't. And he got mad, whooped her. Did my uncle get involved? No, because his mothership, she donates to the church. She's the best giver. The church go out of business. So the daughter got whooped. Whooped. Mothership didn't say nothing. Bishop didn't say nothing. They cover up. She showed the church with, she didn't show up to church with, she got black eye. She all wear all those sunglasses. She wearing them sunglasses to church when she did come because she got whooped. I can talk about my family. I don't care if they don't like it. They can go sue. They can't. They ain't gonna win. They ain't got the education. They uneducated. And my cousin Melvin, he just as gay as he could be. You can see it. We all can see it. Melvin Senior, the bishop, can see it. So is Anita. But the problem is they don't care. But my uncle cares. It eats him up. Because he can't throw him out and be homophobic because his wife, Anita, will put him out because she loves her son. So he have to erase it. So he get in the pulpit and he rants against gays, how they going to hell and burn. They ain't going nowhere. Them gays gonna be in the church. They gonna go when it's their time to go. They ain't gonna burn no hell. Only gays that burn in hell, that went through hell, that had HIV and AIDS, and they suffer at Hillcrest. But any of that, they live. They ain't going no other place. Ain't no way God gonna want you to suffer on earth and then want you to suffer again. That don't exist. That's a lie that white folks told you. If that was the case, it would be no evil whites. They will be so holy and sanctified. They will have the Holy Ghost. They will be speaking in an unknown tongue. If that was the case, why would God have black folks to suffer? They did give their life to Christ, and then you're going to suffer again. That don't exist. It don't exist. That's just a lie to keep black folks in slavery. And then they would say, you better keep your mouth off of God. You need to be telling to these white folks. Stop playing. They play with God all their life. In God we trust. Our Lord Jesus. And they still have you working for $3.35. And they will put on a dollar bill. In God we trust. What God? They are the God. Power. They ain't talking about your black God that's in Mueller Baptist Church. Ain't stud you. It's about money and power. And the churches, these pastors, they understand that. They will embarrass you at church. Marquise, how much tithes he gave? 0. You have church members die from depression that I've taken care of. I'm going through this. I didn't give enough tithing. I said, sister, you going through this because you gave all your money to the church. You should have put it in the IRA. You should have put it in the 401k. You should have put it in the business. You gave it to the wrong business, which was the church. And guess what? You slipped and fell and got sick. That same church, they did what? They turned their back on you. Baby, if you don't wake up to that, you gonna be at Hillcrest suffering. Stop giving all your money to the church. Put that money in you and your business. Because if you keep doing it, you're gonna suffer at Hillcrest. Go to Hillcrest. Talk to them Holy Ghost filled women. I guarantee you they regret it. But they so indoctrinized with that belief of this Jesus in the sky, they still would do it again. Jesus, a good, powerful Jesus would have told you, baby, put that 10% in your life, in your business. You're going to suffer. My grandmother gave all the money to the church. She would work and give money. I got documents of her raising money, working doubles. And that same church, she got in that nursing home and she is suffering. No bishop taking her. Not the pastor. Not the deacons. They ain't got it. They don't exist. Deacons gone. They got some sense. Who want to suffer in a church? Wake up. That's all a lie. It don't work. Let your pastor get sick. He going in the nursing home. The bishop of True Church, the original bishop, he had to have a woman to help her. He was sick. Then the first lady, Cohen of True Church. You know what her family did? Did you think True Church helped her? No, they put her in a nursing home. First lady of a church, she founded True Church. The pastor got mad because the daughter didn't like Bishop Conrad because he was messy. She said, screw you, I'm putting my mom in a nursing home. She died in a nursing home. You can't preach her funeral. She died suffering from bed sores. And my uncle told me on the phone, he said, no, I won't put Mother Crusoe in no nursing home. I'm not going to do it. And he lied. He put her in there and she's suffering. She's suffering. Any church people want to know how Mother Crusoe doing? Dora L. Crusoe suffering. She don't want to be in that nursing home. Who want to be in a nursing home eating slop? And then y'all lie. Mother Crusoe doing fine. That's a lie. You're lying. Mother Dora L. Crusoe is suffering at Glenwood Nursing Facility. Yeah, Glenwood got some people with money. At Glenwood Nursing Home, baby, you smell death. You're walking in the valley of death. And baby, you're going to smell it. You smelling Lazarus of the world and them nursing homes, and ain't nobody in there and say, rise up and walk. They ain't going to believe you. You going against the church. Shut up, leave. And then you got to suffer. Can these bones live? No, it's going to die from a bed sore. And all them folks put their church folks, put church first. They didn't have no, and they suffer. White people suffer too. I took care of some Catholics, and the only thing they going to say, Hail Mary, full of grace. Why is I suffering? You're suffering. At least the Catholics got a little sense. They do come visit. But them blacks, at least they will come and give you some communion with the Catholic. They will come. But once they leave, baby, they going to be screaming to Mary, full of grace, because please come and have somebody to clean me up. Oh, Mary, full of grace. Oh, Mary, our Father, which I know. Oh, be thy name. They be doing the Lord's Prayer. Suffering. They suffer in them nursing home. And they be worried about what's wrong with your mind. You work that, you ain't going to be saved. You got to lead that to come back to your senses. Because what you witnessing is nothing but a criminal enterprise, and you witnessing death. You witness so much death than death row. And that's a fact. CNAs have witnessed so much death than people at death row. Because at least at death row, they treat them better. Give them food, great medical care. They give them better care in some prisons than they do at nursing homes. And that's the sad part. At some jails, get better treatment than some nursing homes. That's how effed up we as a society, we will treat criminals better than our elderly. In some parts of the world, in some parts of this country, we treat criminals better than our elderly. And some people say they'd rather go to jail than to go to a nursing home. Now, I ain't say every jail is better than a nursing home, because some are just as worse. But it's some jails, it's some prison systems that's better than nursing homes. And if Nicki was in that nursing home, no matter how famous, she lose that money, she lose everything, go broke, and have to get on Medicaid and Medicare, she'll be at the worst nursing home with her being Nicki. They don't give a damn because she was Nicki and she got Grammys. People with power don't care. You gonna get the same treatment. There's pretty people that live great lives, they thought, but they lost it, got some dementia, and that family took their money and spent it all, and they dumped them in a nursing home. So though she Nicki Minaj today, she better keep that money, and if she's incompetent, she better have a good POA, the power of attorney, because if that power of attorney feel like they don't want to pay for you no more, they'll dump you in a nursing home. Take your money and spend it. There's one woman I took care of at Madison on Marsh. It was a black woman. And the administrator came to her and said, well, you got to leave. She said, leave? Well, your son took your money and you owe us. You're about 8 months behind. She was so-called private pay. She had to pay, Social Security had to pay some of it. Well, anyway, in her pension, Social Security, she had a pension, and so her son took it all. And she cried. I don't want to go. Because we treated her well there. Like at that Madison, at that time, the staffing was pretty good. She suffered. She cried. And she cried. Because she know her son ain't going to do that. Baby, that woman came back. She had sores all on her. She died. Because they said, man, we could press charge. She took her son's side. Baby, they put her in the vehicle, with Madison on Marsh vehicle, that van, took her to her son's house, and she suffered. And the lady from the Jehovah's Witness, she said, I said, how's she doing? Not good. The son told me I can't come back. He's the power of attorney. Because she would go and fight for her, tell him to clean up. He said, I can't come back. She suffered. She asked for you, but she suffered. And we tried to go see her. That son shut it down. Nope. The police said, you come here, you go get arrested. So we had to get in our cars. I was with the co-workers. We got in our cars. We left. The son called the cops. The cops pulled up, said, you can't come in here. Are you family? Are you the POA? Are you the guardian? No, leave or you're going to get arrested for trespassing. We left and we hear her yelling for help. I said, sir, you clearly hear that she's in distress. No, she ain't. The doctor said she's fine. Leave or you get arrested. And we left. Knowing then, she came back because the son just let her come back. All the money gone. She got whatever government they gave. She died within, I would say, a good week. She didn't last a week. When she left, she was just as happy. She would get changed. She would get dished. She would get her shower. Because the staffing at that time, it was really good. We would do doubles. We would switch up. We loved that hall. Maybe that son took over. She died. And they could have fought for it. They brought the adult protective services. She said, I want to live with my son. She took her son's side. Her son was the reason why she had to leave. Her son told her, well, something happened with the bank and that place is lying, mama. I paid and blah, blah, blah. And then the lady went against the facility. Oh, yeah, he did pay y'all. Y'all trying to steal my money. Where my money? They pushed her in that van, got in that van, she died. She took her son's side. More typical type of old women, blacks, like my grandmother. Stupid. Duh. Taking the kid's side, that's the most evil. And that's why you suffer. And I put her picture up because if she lose her money and her mind and go broke, do you think Kenneth Petty gonna be there for her? No. He gonna dump her in a nursing home. She gonna be at Hillcrest. Ain't no Gag City. Gag City gonna be gone. Them people gonna move on to the next woman. You see, when I bring a celebrity picture up, now you getting emotional. Now you care. But there's plenty Nickis that lived a good lit life in their generation. They're no longer living lit. They're no longer drinking champagne. They're no longer eating with the movers and the shakers. They're suffering. Look at Wendy Williams. You think she ain't suffering? I got a bridge in Baltimore to sell to you that's submerged with water. You think that woman ain't suffering? You think she get the best care? No, I don't care if you got millions. They ain't gonna treat you right. Just because Wendy Williams paying all that money, they ain't paying the staff that great. It's about the staffing. If the staffing ain't key, it could be $1 billion industry. If the staffing don't give a F, she's gonna suffer. How you doing? How you what? Shut up, B. I'm hungry. I don't care if you is hungry. Starve. Think they care because she deep Wendy Williams? Them Africans don't care. They can't even get the Wendy Williams show in Nigeria. If they did, they don't care. You think the Cecilias and the Thaddeus of the world care about you, Wendy? No, they don't care. Even when you in a facility, maybe you come out better having advocates and a great staff in-house that you can control the environment. It's hard to control the environment when they have visiting hours and you can't go. They have hours that's not visiting. And that's what the real, and some of these places like Hillcrest, baby, you're going to see it during the day. I never forget the black woman that got sick and got dementia. But I know who you're talking about, the one that was a cook. Before she passed, her husband already moved in the mistress. That's the reality. That's the reality. I'm working at one facility. He was living an independent woman. independent living. His wife lost his man. He brought his new woman to the unit to visit, and they were screwing. And then he was an older guy. He took his wife out to go to the movies or something. He wasn't equipped. I said, this is a bad idea. Shut up. You just a CNA. You not her husband. Took her out before they was able to have understanding. She fell and broke her neck, cracked her skull. She just fell bad. Boom, boom, boom. She had a terrible fall right in front of the place. They called the ambulance. She came back and she died. They had this frail old, he wasn't that frail. He couldn't carry her. He wasn't equipped. Wherever they went, wherever they went, they didn't fall in front of the facility. Wherever they went, and I personally believe that he did that on purpose because that woman had millions and some that she had set up that she got to die for her next of heir, which her husband or her children get. Because white folks got all type of money. They just ain't got no State Farm, insurance, some type of wealth. Because she would talk about it and he would talk about it. And the kids would talk about it. And next thing you know, she went with that husband. She came back bruised, broken, and she died. Poof. Baby, they took that stuff out, dumped it. He moved out the facility, I said, sir, where you going? He said, I'm going to Florida with my family. Yeah, of course you're going to Florida with your family. You deleted your wife for a check. I ain't mad at you. Go right ahead. Baby, this is power. Took his mistress, got them, and left. I couldn't believe it. Well, I can believe it now, but then I couldn't believe it. Because when you saw how white people with money act, baby, you ain't seen evil until you see families get their family incompetent just to get a check. I've seen it, baby. I've seen they had doctors, and I seen how the doctors was homeboys with the kid. They would put their mama and say they got dementia. And she was older. She didn't have no dementia. But if that doctor said you incompetent, guess what? They got power, guardianship over that money. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. And I was in that educating and all that. That son said, I don't want that man in my mom's room ever again. If he is, arrest him. And she died. As soon as I got out of the picture, he brought all of these special workers. He said, I want mom to have special caregivers 24 hours. Next thing you know, she had unexplained bruises, unexplained infections. I believe those were special assassins because the mama had so much wealth that it was tied to, she had to go to the grave to activate that wealth to her heir. I don't know how they explain it, but that's what the rumors that I heard. Next thing you know, we see mama, she was being rolled out in a Ziploc bag, and not a Ziploc bag, in a black bag, gone. Son, he wasn't crying. He didn't come back and pack that stuff. He didn't care. We had to go dump it out and throw it in the trash. He said, throw it in the garbage. I don't need it. His assistant called, we don't need that. Of course you don't. Y'all got the money. Only black folks only care about holding on to stuff. White folks, throw it in the garbage. Money is the most powerful thing ever. And it's tied to this DNA of the world. And when you work as a CNA, you get a front row, especially if you're in the powerful places that I've worked, you see it head on. I'm like, oh, wow. Baby, I see lawyers, baby, they will bring people to type. And baby, them lawyers will come in, they can sniff money. I see it. I said, oh, you got to worry about blacks. They barely can afford insurance. Better yet, them type of lawyers. A state, man, they ain't got nothing. A state for what? A roach bag, a Cadillac that got repossessed, Some of these blacks ain't got that. I'm talking about real money. Now, it was some blacks. It was only one that I remember at this place. He had money. His wife was white. He had millions. That man, I looked at his retirement portfolio. He said, let me show you this, young man. This is my retirement portfolio. And I couldn't believe it. I said, is this a couple of millions? I was ignorant. I didn't know. He said, son, that is 4.5 million invested in. And let me show you this, because elderly people, they lonely. So and let me show you this. This is 25 million, and I own these properties. And I gave it to my grandson. That man just told me, I just gave it to my grandson. I didn't need it. I just gave it to him. This is my company. He was the original owner of some fortune or some powerful company. He owned some stuff and he sold some stuff. I said, wow. He didn't look like, he just looked like he could have been my granddad. But he had money. Tall, a deep voice. He was in his hundreds. That man lived a long life. He didn't donate it to Beauty Baptist Church. He was stud Beauty Baptist Church. That man told me, he said, son, if you don't hear nothing I ever tell you, it's about the money. I know you say you a Christian, because that's how I was really a Christian. I would listen to gospel music. He didn't care. He said, oh, what is that song? Gospel? That's good. But remember this. Put you and your family and your wealth first, and you can donate a little bit to the church just for fun, for a tax write-off. Don't give them all your money. It's about the money. It's about power. And don't be stupid. You hear me, young man? And then I would talk about this generation is so. He said, every generation have their moment. Oh my God, this music is so great. He said, back in my day, it was dirty blues. It's this. Every generation have their moment in saying, back in my day. He said, there will come a time, son, you're going to be saying to people, back in my day, we didn't do that. That's in every generation. He says nothing wrong with the youth now. Every generation going to have a different time. You hear me? And go take me downstairs and go eat some breakfast. We laugh. So yeah. And the people knew that was my favorite resident because he was black and had money. They didn't care. They said they ignorant. He got dementia. Stop talking to him. He don't be making no sense. He was making a lot of sense. See, they didn't know, and they hated him because he had a white wife. He could have dated a black woman. Didn't know this man had power on top of power on top of power. And his wife knew. I would hear the conversation. So what about in this quarter? And the wife still was running the business secretly, but they didn't know it. This woman was still running day-to-day operation of the family businesses. And I didn't know it. I thought the woman was just, wasn't that smart because she didn't talk that much. But one day, and so if that, it said, hold on one second. In my glass, and she had her glasses, in that third quarter, and then something about that. And I want you to do this because my husband is here and he had a lot of wisdom. And so you do that. And I told you back when I met with him back in the 70s, his father is like this. So obviously the grandson is like that. And he started pulling out. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh, they didn't let me remove out of that room. They didn't care. They didn't care. There was black. Get out of here. They let me stay right there. Why? Because I was quiet as a mouse. And I was taking all that information in. I didn't know it then because I didn't know. I'm just listening. Oh. It was iconic to hear that. And that let me know that it was some black folks with money. And his children were so beautiful. I mean, his daughter came in there so thick and bougie. Father, I'm just coming here. Okay, let me do this. Okay. Hi, Dad. And I'm just here, Mom said that you want to see me. Now, what do you want? I was just got back off the plane, and you already know this is how, oh, hi. and this is my, he's just a good guy. Oh, hi. Can you get my dad some water and bring me some water too? But dad, I got to tell you, mom is crazy. Let me take over the company. She didn't even wait because she wanted a bag. I just don't understand, dad. And he would say, you're not ready. I told you, how can you run the company? You like to travel. Oh, dad, I'm traveling because you never believed in me to run the company. You always travel. You got to be able to do the company day-to-day operation. Whatever, dad. It's whatever. You want mom to take over the company? Whatever. Okay? I'm just done. She took her whatever expensive stuff. I just said, damn, she look good. I want to be with her. And I wanted to say, can I roll with you? Whatever you doing. And I just saw the cut. I followed her. I pretended like I was escorting her out. She had a driver. I couldn't believe it. He was black, a driver. It was a nice SUV truck. And then they opened it up. And then she kind of like looked at me and like kind of like glazed in a smile. And I was frozen, like, wow. Because it shocked me. I never seen like black people with money. It still, to me, it still make me kind of like be scary because I'd never seen that before. No, he was 100. People, black people, when you get like close to 100, he didn't talk frail. He talked with a deep voice like Moses. Like he didn't. I thought he was that, but black people, when you take care of yourself, when you ain't got no financial problems, he talked with authority. He was 100. His wife was younger, back in the day. She was probably like 80. I don't never know the wife age. The daughter, that could have been the granddaughter. Because I'm just saying daughter. It could have been the granddaughter. It could have been, but I say daughter. I don't know. But whatever she is, she wanted to run the company. I gotta say, it could be the daughter or the granddaughter. But wherever this black woman was, she wanted that company. And he said, you like to travel. Mom, take care. But people think in the facility, they didn't know. See, them CNA, they be downstairs. And I was in that room. And I'm just trying to go by memory. But I do remember it could be the granddaughter. But I was in that room because I was his CNA. And he loved me in the room because once we leave, we would talk. He would do all the talking. And I didn't know to ask him questions about business. I kind of regret asking him questions because at that time, I didn't know none. I wasn't a business owner. I was a CNA. I didn't know to ask him them questions. But what I do know, what he did tell me that I just remember that it's been about the money. It's not about race. And he told me, and I asked him, why did you date a white woman? He said she could get in rooms. And if you know the white woman that I married, it was her dad that I wanted. It was her family. I wanted those relationships. So I married her. And if I'm marrying her and having her, giving her some children, I got a connection with that data and information. And so many words, didn't really love her. I just screwed her just to get that information, just to get that connection. He pretty much showed it. He didn't say nothing about I loved her. He kept saying her daddy. He wanted that connection with that family. He didn't say, I didn't hear the man say, look, I never heard her say, I love him. It was like almost like a business relationship. And I can see that now. I think that our generation, we got to love, but when you want real power, you will work with people that you hate if they can get power. It's very common and it's a strategic move. I don't care about loving the person that I be with. If I get lucky to love, great. If I don't, I'll get turned on because it ain't much to turn a man on for a woman. It ain't much for a woman to get turned on for a man. You keep being with that person, you'll grow to get it in with them. And sometimes it'll be the best. It was like a strategic move. And I'm still getting kind of nervous talking about it because it's still foreign to me. It's making sense, but like he said, I have not lived in that time. You live long enough. Now I'm 33. It's making sense. Obviously, what he taught me, it makes a lot of sense. You marry some black powerful, some black man with money, marry the opposite race just for a strategic move. It's not about slavery. Somebody move, they just do it for a strategic move. Sometimes it's black people that are wealthy. That I'm not talking about this, Nicki. This is new money. I'm talking about your great granddad owned a mill back in the 40s and 30s, and he grew it to millions. And the black folks know that too. So they will find my family, the Wileys, we have millions and blah, 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 blah. And we will pick the family. You gotta do, you gotta, we will marry to join the power to get more wealth so we can sit at a table with more wealthy whites. They do that. I've seen that happen in these powerful nursing homes that I worked that had money. Like at Park Place in Amherst, that place, the people got money. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about money. They had money so much it don't buy. And then they tell us you can't get no tips. Well, that was a lie because I got me plenty of tips. I don't give a damn what you say. It was one lady. She helped me. I ain't gonna tell. Oh, yes, I didn't keep that. That was a lie. Keep it between us. You damn right. I didn't give a damn about that law. Talk about no tips. I took plenty money because if they gave it to me, they got more. Get what you talking about, Park Place. I ain't keeping that rule. Don't take no money. If they got it, they giving it to me. It ain't hurting they bank account. Ain't even make it get a dent. I'm taking it. You doggone right. I ain't gonna tell you who it was. Even when I was doing cleaning downtown, this man said, "Can you wash my dishes?" "Oh no, sir, we can't wash dishes." That man pulled out $200 bill. "Oh yes, I can wash these dishes." Baby, I washed the dishes and I got my headphones. I washed those dishes. I dried it and I made sure I put the cup up to make sure it wasn't no spots. That man pulled out it was, I don't know what was this white, I don't whatever. He pulled out a crispy $200 bill and I washed them motherfucking dishes and I looked. I looked. It was a man that I worked downtown. He was screwing somebody. He cheated on his wife or whatever, and I witnessed it. And he didn't want me to say nothing because him and his wife owned this law office. So I was cleaning, and he said, "Hey son, blah blah blah, you know, blah blah blah." He left me like $400 on the table, and this is yours. And there you go. This is a tip. I ain't said a word that he was blowing the secretary back in. It was another lawyer that I worked for that represented R. Kelly. He represented R. Kelly in his original trial. And I love that black man. See, I've been in spaces. I've been in, and we had conversation with this lawyer. He said, "Yeah, Marquise and blah, 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 blah. You know, I represented R. Kelly and he did it. But I know that's unethical to say, but he did." That man told me years ago that R. Kelly did it. It was a lawyer that he was black, and it was these buildings that I worked. And that's how I met this lady, Julie, because it was two Julies at Park Place. Before she got fired, she hired me. She was my supervisor. And some of these relationships I still got. I just don't say nothing. Because rich people don't like, I learned this from experience from one of my friends. He was in the room. He kept asking him for money. And can I get this? And guess what? We couldn't bring him to the spaces no more. Because he kept begging. Rich people, I've learned this. Rich people do not like when you be begging. They keep you around if they could get something out of you. It got to be a mutual thing. They do not like when you say, "Give me $5 million." They don't do that. Rich people move strategically. I'm not gonna say they my friends. I just say if I need to call somebody and say, "Hey, do you remember when?" "Yes, I remember you. How is your show?" I still have no, I just don't never call that like that. Every blue moon I have called, like in this situation, every blue moon, I made a phone call, and they the one that gave me a lot of the knowledge to tell Mr. O'Neal. They pretty much said, so many words, he's screwed. I didn't know nothing about all that. It's somebody that I'm talking to. I call people. I get people numbers. I know people. I'm not saying that I'm so connected and I can make people. I'm not like that. It's just somebody I could call to get a piece of advice. That's it. They're not my friends. They're not. It's just somebody that I was working with, got their number, and I have a good memory, and I know how to describe a story. They can remember me. And I always say, yeah, I'm the guy with the eye. Oh, yeah, I remember you. How you been, son? That's how it be. It was another guy that I worked with in Illinois. He wrote a whole book. He was a professor. They said he ain't nothing. He wrote a whole book, and I purchased his book. And I came back to the place to speak to him at Green Oaks, and we would sit and talk. And them ghetto, why you sit there? And we would talk about his book, and I would read his book about business, and we would have these conversations. And then the ghetto complex, they didn't like it. That lady said, you can't keep coming back here talking. Why? He invited me, you stupid woman. I just can't stand ignorance. Like they were mad. He can sit in this break room and we could talk about business. Y'all sit here and gossip, screw each other in this place. Why he can't sit? They were jealous. They just not, they uneducated. I remember talking to that man. And I had on the Wiley Show shirt. I didn't care. What's the Wiley Show? Could you give me a free one? No, you black heifer. I won't give you nothing free. Your titties is musty. You queen. And it's just like, I could reach back and call is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, because you know how some people say, I know all this. I don't do that, because most people that do that don't have that. You got to be careful for the people that's quiet, that's quietly building the empire. Especially when you black, they expect you to be loud. They cannot stand when you quiet. And that's why I'm learning to think strategically about Hillcrest, because it's bigger than Hillcrest. Hillcrest is the name, but who owned it? And when you doing digging, baby, you gonna have to dig. You talk about power on top of power, because most of these people that own Hillcrest own so many shitty places. They don't just own one, they own thousands. And that's the power that, and I didn't disrupt it. I just talk about one, and they don't like it. That's why on Saturday, they got the police go be there on Saturday at Hillcrest. You think I'm going to go there and be there and the police ain't going to show up? They use it as a fear tactic. Shut up. Who's scared of the police? Not me. I ran towards one and got tased. Try that with somebody else. They going to bring the police. He's scared. I actually love the police, because when I get wealth, I'm going to investigate former police officer and former Secret Service to be my security. Them the people I want. You Kuwait, they ain't scared me from the cops. Only people that scared the police that do crime. You take that fear away, because you need to stop listening to Big Crump and Reverend Al. They got you afraid of the police. Stop living there. Stop living crime free. Stop having weapons. Stop talking back. You gonna survive. Now you do got one or two that's just ignorant, but they don't represent the entire police force. You dumb idiot. You listen to Big Crump, but Big Crump got security. He live in white neighborhoods, and if his black behind get robbed, he will be calling for the cops. You queen. Reverend now, no matter how he talk about the cops, something happened to that wig and them skinny bones in that penthouse. He called, first of all, he got to call the NYPD. They protected him. They right outside the door. Y'all listening to these paid activists that got millions, and they preying off of your ignorance. Just like Reverend Jesse Jackson. I love Reverend Al. I love Jesse. Back then, they had some sense, but they figure out it's about money. They ain't giving it back to the black community. They families eat good. Let me see if I get a picture of Jesse. I don't feel like getting a picture. He ain't that lit no more. This man got Parkinson's disease. Can't talk. I saw that man in a wheelchair. He's so greedy for attention. And I went up to him. He can't even talk. They let another preacher from Dallas take over Rainbow Push. And I tried to tell that pastor, it ain't gonna work. Baby, you ain't from Chicago. Them Jacksons run the Rainbow Push Coalition with an iron fist. You think you gonna come over there and take over. They gonna tell you, hell no, Negro. They gonna say the N-word. You ain't taking over. You ain't no Jackson. They on the board. They gonna tell they Parkinson daddy, nope, can't do it. I want to go and do a protest for HBCUs and we're going to shut it down. Nope, can't do it. That's Doc. That's Reverend. And his son whispering in his ear. Tell him no. No. He don't sound like that. No. No, don't do that. Stand down, son. You might as well quit and go do your church. But if you would have had some sense, Bishop, you ain't do your homework on the Jacksons. Baby, Rainbow Push Coalition ain't nothing but an empty sanctuary with them outdated cameras. They ain't gonna let you run that place. That place get donations just to appease blacks in Chicago. That ain't working. And them donations gonna dry up once Reverend die. When he get in that casket in Gallups Funeral Home, he be at Burr Oaks, all them donations is gone. They only give them donations just to tell black folks Reverend Jackson on our side, the Rainbow Push, and because they did all that, they not effective. And then black folks thought, which they ain't got no sense, the Rainbow Push gonna help me. We calling them for people in the church. They tell you on the phone, did you donate? If you ain't donate, we ain't doing nothing. When the last time you donated? Never. But I need help. I'm dealing with a slim landlord. You ain't donating the Rainbow Push. You ain't going to be tasting the rainbow. You better eat a Skittle. The closer you going to get to Rainbow Push Coalition is eat some Skittles. You ain't going to get them to come out there and keep hope alive. And skip it. It's about the money. Rainbow Push Coalition ain't nothing but a museum, a money-making machine. But the money drying up. Only reason why they getting the money because of Reverend Al. He ain't nothing but a statue civil rights leader. He still bragging, I used to work with Dr. King. So what? You ain't do nothing effective. You want to take Dr. King's position, you queen. That's why you got the Parkinson. That ain't nothing but Dr. King ghosts eat up them bones. You wasn't no sweet person. You was a thorn in Dr. King's flesh. You know these black folks don't read. Go read Tavis Smiley's book, Death of a King. Reverend Al was plotting to take Dr. King's position. He didn't give a damn about Dr. King. He wanted the clout. If he really wanted to help black people, when the Poor People's March was at a standstill because Doc was in the grave, why did good old Reverend take it over? Because he didn't give a damn about you people getting a gun. Because he knew it was a stupid move. That he did have that sense. He knew the government not going to give black people a check. That ain't going to happen. But I still want that power because he hated that Dr. King. And Coretta hated Reverend Jesse Jackson. She couldn't stand Jesse Jackson. She told Dr. King, he ain't ish. He coming for your position. Doc was naive. And then he woke up. But it was too late. His staff, we want Reverend Jesse Jackson. He's younger. Baby, they the same age. Around the same age. But Doc wanted to think worldwide. Doc wanted to think about the money. They want to think about the civil rights. Doc wants to think about the civil rights. And guess what? Reverend Jesse Jackson, he ain't talking about money. He still talking about civil rights with a wheelchair. Wasted time. Shut it down. We don't need no rain. They ain't, baby, you go to Rainbow Push, in about 10 folks in there talking. You could throw a football in there. You'll come out better, give me that, and let me turn that to the Wally studio. You might as well let me bring a bunch of drag queens, pimps, and whores, and let us just take it over. At least I can teach them economics. Come on, let's be a pimp. Come on, be a whore. You ain't talking about getting people those civil rights. There was a scene in a show, Gabrielle Union. She was having contract issues with the media, with her employer, with the media. So she brought the Rainbow Push people. Baby, they got a check. Oh, okay. They got a check from her employer. They ain't say nothing. And why can y'all not do that? Because they pretty much said they got more money than you. And she stopped the check to Rainbow Push for 50 grand. That's the reality. You go there with the Rainbow Push like O'Neal said, I'm going to get the NAACP ain't going to do nothing. Because half the people on the board that funded the NAACP own these nursing homes. You gonna leave that heartbroken. I ain't going. I'm not about to go witness going into the NAACP and they gonna tell you we ain't nothing we can do. That's out of our area of expertise. That's what they gonna tell you. Who cares if them Negroes got bad sores? Who cares if they got advanced bad sores? We don't care. They're gonna say, quote, that is not my area of expertise. Meaning, I don't care. We ain't going in that area because we eating off that area. And we not about to disrupt that money. When he was on the phone last night, Brother O'Neal, with the Alzheimer Association, he said they did the lawyer and all that, and that lady got a black woman. And I just want to tell you, sir, that's not our area of expertise, but we got 20 minutes. Is there anything I can help you with? And finally, O'Neal said, you can just go. Never mind. Hung up. I said, Brother O'Neal, just go to bed. You lost. You lost. You didn't listen to my advice. You're trying to follow their steps. They giving you steps just to prove how you just incompetent. And I get on the phone now. I don't give him no more advice. I'm just a listening ear. I don't believe it. I'm going to put my hand on the Bible and testify and expose her. They running a criminal enterprise. He didn't listen. He didn't read the statute. I don't need to read it. It's simple. In the law, maybe they set it up that way for Hillcresters to thrive. It's an echo chamber. The black woman told me, she said, as a sister, I'm going to take off my badge. Once that black woman finally been honest, it was the truth. She took her badge out. I took my eye, took my brace, put on my prosthetic leg. I left that hospital room. I limped up out of there with authority. Ain't nothing I can do. Ain't nothing, because you have a man, he don't listen. And I'm not about to die from depression like Dr. King. But I'm glad that it did happen because he was able to get some sleep. He needed rest. That was the best sleep ever. If they even conjure up Dr. King ghost, he ain't gonna want to come back. Why would he want to come back? He get the best sleep. He didn't get no rest when he was trying to educate you black folks. He ain't gonna want to come back. Go and conjure up his ghost. He gonna say, leave me alone. I want to stay sleeping. When I did try to wake you up, you turned against me. Just read Dr. King's book. Black community was a thorn in his flesh. They didn't care. He was sleep deprived. And he told my money they want to go home. He told him before he died. It's looking like I'm integrating my people into a burning building, a burning house. He told him Doc was just real. He finally woke up. It's not about the race. It's about the money. But when he woke up, he didn't tell black folks own companies, skip the government, let's just own our empire. He did a bold move, and it was dangerous. It was more dangerous than the Klan. It was more dangerous than the Grand Wizards. He came to the power beyond the power. At his last speech, he told black folks, protest. Don't buy no bread. Don't buy no milk. Oh, them people with power, he got to go. He tried to tell people and bring down the truth. If he is successful, 30%, we will lose millions. We can't even let him be successful. We can't let him think that it might work. He just got to go because this Negro is too influential and poor whites is listening to him. He got to go. And they, God, go. His family in 1999 sued the power structure for $1. They had a conspiracy that everybody had a hand taking out their daddy, Coretta husband, and people and their granddaddy. And guess what? They won for $1. But the King family, they were smart. They knew they couldn't sue for millions. They wouldn't have got it. They would have unexplained deletions. They sued for $1, and they knew black folks don't read. They knew they're not going to know that the King family sued in 1999 and won $1. But they just wanted the truth out. They thought, of course people going to wake up. They didn't wake up. They don't read. They uneducated. They are ignorant. They think that what I'm talking about don't exist because the King family, they start fighting for money. They not on one accord. The daughter turned against the brother turned against the daughter. It was all about the money. Do you think the King family leading the march that they daddy lost his life for it and they mama fought for it? No, they eat good. That King Center ain't nothing but a money machine. That King Center ain't helping black folks, educating them, getting them out of poverty. That's for the King family. They eat good. Let them let Brother Wiley run it. I'll be kicked out the first day. Because the type of bold moves, let's invest for more black owners. They don't want more black owners. They greedy. They going to fire you in a second. You think that lady in that suite, what's her name? Bernice King. What is her name that she love her daddy so much? You go there and do these bold moves. Bernice going to cuss you out. They don't care. Open your eyes. Even back to Malcolm X. He started listening to white folks going against Elijah Muhammad. Yeah, he committed adultery. He slept with his teenage secretaries. And they did that, but they wanted you out of the nation. He got out of the nation and he suffered. He suffered. Then he tried to get back. King y'all, I want to come back. It was right. What was right was, we don't care if you morally creed. It's about the money. You left Elijah. Got the white folks in your ear. Left and you suffered. They, in the words of 2024, he got tricked out of his spot. Went out there. He wasn't powerful. He changed his name. And he thought he was bigger than the nation. And he wasn't. When he changed his name, it didn't work. It was a powerful infrastructure. He had a powerful teacher. And you following, let's have everybody join. It's about power. And toward the end, I wanted to come back to the nation. What Elijah was talking about, he was telling the truth. But it was too late. Baby, them powerful, we can't have you to come back because Doc tried to work with Malcolm, and Malcolm had a meeting with, he was Elijah guy, and then Dr. King went to the South Side, started talking to Elijah. You think those powerful people weren't watching? I got a bridge in Baltimore to sell to you. Dr. King went to see Elijah, one conversation. That man started talking more pro-black than his entire career. Because Elijah, if you know him, if you take up his baton, he gonna tell you, Doc, it's not about integration. It's about separation, and it's about the money. Doc left whoosh, with a new mind. And white people be telling to put up your own bootstraps. Do you know the government giving free loans? They give you land not to farm. And these the same white folk that trying to go ahead and pull you up for your own bootstraps. He started talking about the money. He understood then that it was about money. And them people destroyed Doc. They destroyed them. They pretended to take meetings, knowing they gonna do nothing to do. They destroyed him. He lost his life. It was too late. You should have joined the Nation of Islam day one. But the nation, they controversial. They ain't make no sense. It's about civil rights. The Muslims don't know what they talking about. They had the game plan day one. They was eating fish, owning restaurants, owning the power base. It's always about the money. Until you sleeping blacks wake up, you're going to crumble and suffer. Go to the NAACP. They going to help you. Right. They going to get you some NAACP. Nothing. If you ain't got no money, they ain't going to help you. If they can't get a coin off of that, they're not going to help you. Go there if you want to. I'll wait. Why the NAACP ain't leading when people lose their life from the cops? Because they don't want to lose them donation and the police protection of their board. Half of the people that work for the cops is on the board of the NAACP. They wives on there. They stun you. You're uneducated. You're ignorant. If you think the NAACP gonna lead that, you better go get you some sense. I'd rather take my chances of doing for self. You go deal with Balaam Baptist Church. Go deal with Rainbow Push. You can't. They dealing with a crisis. They can't even pick a leader. Let's break it down about Reverend Jesse Jackson. Reverend Jesse Jackson, incompetent. First of all, he can't talk. So right in there. Let me tell you why Minister Farrakhan is a different type of brother. Minister Farrakhan, he got cancer. He had got cancer. They thought he was going to die. He thought he was going to die. His daughter said how sick her father was, and he would say, "Oh, Allah, Allah." He would have blood clots and everything. But one thing about Minister Farrakhan, he's running the nation. He had to, let me postpone this and let me focus on this nation. I got to put in a consistency plan. I need to put in a backup plan because maybe that word was too big. I'm still a little ignorant Muslim, Nation of Islam, a little ignorant. But he put in a backup plan. He said, I got to start a board because just in case if I transition out of here, I don't want the nation to crumble. So in order to make it fair, I need people that's family of Elijah. I need some of my family, and I need some of my followers that's not family, so it could be well balanced. Let me vet them, a constituency, right? Y'all call it to help me. But anyway, he set up a board, a council. So just in case I go, we can have somebody else to install a new leader. That's why Minister Farrakhan let me get Brother Ishmael to talk. He's younger. He's trained. Let me train him up to continue to give the teaching, to teach my followers. And I'm going to be in his ear. And I only will speak at Savior's Day. I will speak something special. But I'm not going to be so greedy like Reverend Jesse Jackson and just go speak knowing that I'm not a young man no more. Let the youth take it over. Let somebody younger. That's why the nation is still strong. They still walk. Whoosh. Rainbow Push used to be so powerful in numbers. That's it. Them numbers gone because them Jackson family, they running that Rainbow Push with an iron fist. It didn't work because when Elijah transitioned, the people at that day, because of greed, they wanted Elijah Muhammad's son to take over. He took over. Knowing that it should have went to Minister Farrakhan. The people knew him. Elijah had him trained. Elijah allowed Minister Farrakhan to sit in his seat in Chicago. He already trained him up to take over. But that people, that family, hell no. We ain't going to be able to be greedy. He going to cut us off. Malcolm X was going to cut us off. And damn sure Farrakhan going to cut us off. They got in the air. That family said, nope. They bypassed that, installed the brother. The brother, man, skipped that Elijah, took his picture down. Change. And it triggered. And nation, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in this history. This I'll watch. So Minister Farrakhan, he tried to work. The guy had Farrakhan to go to different places, took him from his position, had him to go somewhere else. And then the new leader said, well, Farrakhan, what's going on? I don't agree with you. I may only agree with you. I believe he said only 25%. He said, well, okay, just teach the 25% that you believe in. He said, but no, the 75, you're destroying the legacy that your father built. And I can't be with it. It was painful. You talk about folks that didn't give a damn about black folks. You wanted them to be involved in the nation. It ain't gonna work. And then Minister Farrakhan, he had to leave the nation. He left. The nation went down. People left. It was split. It was so chaotic. And then somebody from the nation with some sense called Minister Farrakhan, met up with him and said, brother, I had a vision that you're going to take over. Read this. And he started reading. That brother just died. I don't know all the names, but I know the story. He just recently passed, maybe a year or two ago. He died. He told, and so Minister Farrakhan strategically could make a bold move. He had to build the nation secretly because they would have took him out. These people were jealous people. He built it secretly. Built it. His wife. This is why he loved black women, because his wife helped to build a nation. She was a smart woman. She was very smart, strategic. They built the nation. Minister Farrakhan would get speaking engagements. He would put it all back into the nation. He would tell his followers, go raise the money. If I'm raising this, you better match it. He demanded his followers to do it. Because when you a leader, you go tell them, you train, I gave you the order, do it. And them brothers went out and sisters went out there and they raised money. And they raised. Minister Farrakhan, he went speaking the game, he raised money. Before I knew it, he was able to come back, took the reins back of the nation, and they built it back up. He started buying the Final Call building. He started buying this back. He started buying that back. Some stuff somebody robbed from the nation, and he built it back because he stayed on code. He moved strategically. He couldn't move emotional. He had a nation, and he built it back up. Not back up to its glory days, because you got a bunch of sleepy blacks. But it's back up so powerful that the teaching is still work. And what did the enemy do? Brother Malcolm X. Let's do a movie. They start conjuring up Malcolm X. They didn't care nothing about Malcolm. Baby, if you read what they said about Malcolm, just go read what they said about Brother Malcolm. Let's just say this. He was not likable at all. Let's give him a movie. That's the enemy. They gave Malcolm a movie. Whew. Let Spike Lee do it. Spike, he black. Yeah, he couldn't raise him, but he got gold black before they raised it. They only had that movie for Minister Farrakhan to drag Malcolm X, to drag his followers so they can have a war. But Minister Farrakhan, what did he do? Told his followers, brothers, sisters, silence. Don't say a word. When that movie come out, silence. Don't talk about it. Speech, the Quran, do not mention that movie. Silence. Whew. The nation went silent. The movie came out. They look it. So what do you have to say? Them brothers one and on. Then next thing you know, Home Alone came out. Because what they wanted, they didn't care nothing about no Malcolm X movie. They wanted a war. And Minister Farrakhan, he told his people, silence. Don't speak a word about that movie. Brother Malcolm, back when Kennedy transitioned, Elijah Muhammad told his followers and Brother Malcolm, silence. Do not make a statement to the press about President Kennedy. But Brother Malcolm, he loved that publicity. If you know anything about Brother Malcolm, he would drag it. He could, I don't know. But just read it about Brother Malcolm. He couldn't keep it to himself. You got to, he just couldn't keep it. And the media knew it. They knew it because they played these games because they boost Brother Malcolm up like he was the new leader. So they knew it. Brother Malcolm, what do you have to say about Kennedy? Well, I mean, the chickens coming on the roof, something like that. So many words. What do you expect? Baby, if I say something wrong, nation, please be right. Baby, somebody was in that, was secretary that worked in Chicago headquarters. Baby, they went to that payphone, they had a cell phone. He ran to that payphone. Brother Malcolm made a statement about the president. And Elijah he wanted peace. This wasn't the time. Not saying that he wouldn't have told him to say it, but it was fresh. People were still crying, and some white people was upset. This ain't the time to be bragging about white tears. They powerful. So Elijah, brother, I'm going to silence you. You are not to speak to the press. I'm going to silence you for 90 days. He silenced Brother Malcolm. Couldn't speak. White folks didn't like that. That's too power. White folks don't like when you silent. When white folks ask you a question, they want you to talk back. They don't want you to be muted. That does something to their psyche. Because in Texas, when I'm quiet, they don't like that. They are used to you acting ignorant, uneducated. They don't like it that you quiet, and this is what they really don't like. When you not out there tap dancing and you a man and you strong and you fearless, they don't like it. And they can smell that a mile away. You can feel it. And when you fearless, you don't know you got them shaking. You just walk it. That's why I respect the nation. I respect Minister Farrakhan. I respect his boldness. I just took it and I can't turn it off. I took it and I can't turn it off. I couldn't turn it off if I wanted to. And I haven't watched Minister Farrakhan speak in person, never. I watched, the last time I've seen something to Farrakhan, I watched Savior's Day. And I just watched a clip of him, how long? When Tavis Smiley had that talking about President Obama. Jesse Jackson didn't have Percocets that time. But I could tell I've been listening to Farrakhan, Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and listening to him, I did not know how powerful his spirit is. This is where I'm able to move the way I'm able to move. And they know it. The people that brought them SUV Play-Doh police squad cars, they know it. This is bigger than Walman quarter Play-Doh. We ain't studying the facility. We studying the facility. It's the power. You don't see no power. The people that own it, you ain't never seen them walk in there and smell that stench of urine. And that's how much I love Minister Farrakhan. And the greatest way to be his follower is not eating bean pies. It's not wearing a bow tie. It is really being a good citizen and do it for self. To just make it simple, be aware, treat your wife with respect and dignity, and do for self. Don't be in debt. Because I remember one time he said, being in debt is a form of slavery. And I remember he said women at that particular time, because he said it back in the 80s, I believe 70s, 80s. He said, women, don't try to tell your husband and get them in debt to get credit, a bed, and free. If you can't afford it, do what you can afford. Because when you're in debt, that's a form of slavery. When you debt free, you are free. You move different when you debt free. That's why a lot of these civil rights groups can't, because you in debt with the people that's keeping the black folks in bondage. So you can't speak up. You owe the oppressor. And if you apply pressure, they're gonna call for that debt and they're gonna be owning the NAACP. They're gonna shut it down. And maybe they'll just control it just for face. They do it now because clearly they ain't doing nothing. Now, they do some good. I'm not saying they don't do good. But could the NAACP do better? Absolutely. But if you go up in that NAACP, get to that power structure and think like this, you're going to be unsuccessful. They're going to run you out. Because black powerful people is just as arrogant as the white powerful people. I told you it's not about wealth. It's not about race. It's about power. Just like that reverend, that bishop tried to take over Reverend Jesse Jackson. He tried. He wasn't successful. He tried. He gone. He got installed 3 months ago, and he go Roland. Roland is so naive. Roland Martin, even though this man is so smart, I've learned a lot of my political stuff from Roland. But this man, I look like I wasted money. You did. And you didn't see me there. I could have went. I was in Chicago when it happened. I didn't go because I knew them Jacksons. They evil, messy, scammers, frauds. Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. got arrested for buying a Michael Jackson glove. Him and that wife of his. They was stealing campaign money and buying Michael Jackson gloves. They went to prison. I don't trust them Jacksons. You think them Jacksons is liked in Chicago? They get dragged. He's not respected in Chicago. If he was, not no more. And he ain't nothing but a civil rights prop. He should have told Brandon Johnson not to be calling for a ceasefire. He called for a ceasefire. He even know mayor over there. This man want to be so progressive. This Negro called for a ceasefire. And they set him up. They was in the bathroom. They already got his pick there. And he already know he lost that job. They don't even want him at the DNC. You think the DNC want him and he already about to lose his job? The governor said, we don't want you at the DNC. They don't even want Brandon Johnson to sit down at the DNC. They don't want him to come. They want him to say he got a family emergency during the entire DNC. They don't want him. He just go, again, he allowed those people to trick him out his spot. Why would you say a C spot? That don't make sense. You in Chicago. What do Chicago got to do with Gaza? You ain't the mayor over there. You ain't the mayor of Israel. You ain't the governor. You the mayor of Chicago, and you fell in Chicago. That's dumb. Why you gonna try to surpass local government and you just woke up? I want to be Secretary Brandon Johnson. Secretary of State Brandon. You ain't the Secretary of State. You ain't President Brandon Johnson of these United States of America. You barely got power in Chicago. You don't. You thought you was going to run Chicago. That's a mob town. You got in that city hall, and the real power come to you. Yeah, you ain't doing that. What you say? Well, I can't do that. I'm from the west side of Chicago. It's on the soul of Chicago. You thought. And they telling you you're not going to do it. Remember your other mayor, and they would threaten you too. Remember your other mayor, the first black one? What happened to him? Oh, he had a heart attack at City Hall. Where are you sitting at right now? In City Hall. And what are you going to do? Nothing for black people. Exactly. Now, this is what you're going to do. You go call for a ceasefire in Gaza. They know it. That it's going to pass. They don't want you to have that power. They don't want black DT. It's funny, but it's the truth. I got word because he called for a ceasefire. So they waited for him to dance, eat chicken, baby back ribs. Somebody filed a statement of organization. They filed a committee and so many words to break it down. The political committee identification number 39811-12. 39811-12. That's pretty much they calling for Brandon Johnson to get a recall. They want it on the ballot. He called for. I'm still laughing. How dumb can you be to get in their affairs? Call for a ceasefire. They help fund your unions to get you elected. Most of the people is like, you got tricked. You got hoodwinked. You got bamboozled. You dumb. I'm going to be with Netanyahu in Israel seeing you walk out with your boxes. I got some sense. I'm going to be like, are you like one of them? No, I got sense. Even I'm going to be right there with Netanyahu. You going to be on the big screen, Brandon Johnson, the mayor. You didn't want me to be the press. You might as well. You about to go. You about to have your bags packed. Your wife, your kids, y'all all going to be walking out of there with shame. You think the black folks going to vote for you? No. They get tired of being robbed, carjacked. White folks tired of being robbed and carjacked. When white people turn against you and the few blacks that vote, you gone. You already know you gone, Brandon Johnson. When you call for a ceasefire, I respect it if you call it for Chicago, but we knew it wasn't going to happen. You can't call for a ceasefire. You think them thugs going to listen to you? Baby, they run that city. And the white folks thought they were safe downtown. Not no more. You used to be safe. Not no more. Baby, those people come and delete folks in the daylight downtown. They ain't stood down. Downtown used to be safe. Baby, downtown have run into down O-Block. That ain't nothing but down O-Block town. Them thugs have took over downtown. They ain't stunned that it's the Drury District. So what? The Diamonds District. I'm coming in here and I'm robbing it. And they doing it. And the police don't care. Because y'all said defund us. Baby, I went to police. I remember one time. The blacks, they was doing a riot. And that just happened to be in Chicago. And I said, officers, what y'all doing in here getting donuts? Hey, man, copy. We got them out there riot. What's your location? I'm at Dunkin' Donuts. Do y'all want some donuts? Glaze? We're gonna let Wiley to come deliver it. Copy. Can you tell Wiley bring 3 cups of coffee? Extra sugar. And baby, because they allowed me to deliver it because I'm black. And because they not gonna rob me at the time, because I'm not a police officer, even though I ate with police officers. I was CNAs for police officers. I didn't care. They didn't rob me. I'm delivering the coffee to the police, to the headquarters, because they couldn't move. I'm on 35th at the headquarters. I'm like Martin up there delivering the people pizza and everything. And they let me come up because one of the people up there, sister was in the nurse home that I worked. He let me come upstairs. He just let me come in the office. And I sit down, I see the blacks. Copy. Can we dispatch right again? Negative. They say defund. Let them copy. They just dragging you blacks. I'm laughing. I'm eating. And they said, Marquise, what you want? Bring some chicken. Copy. We eating. Baby, we eat that. We kicking it up there. We ain't stunned you. And they ain't stunned you. You just burning up stuff. And then, once they done pretending like they care, then the real side come out. I just don't understand them. And they let me comment. Why they burning up their neighborhoods? They do know they're going to be hungry. They're giggling with it because it's the truth. They burnt up all their stores. And Walmart calling the alderman, because there was some aldermen in there too. I ain't gonna say the name because they still represent, they still say they love y'all. And Walmart, the CEO called the alderman. And so many words, he said, in 5 years, we're going to remove those Walmarts. It's no money. And I'm not going to pay no more insurance. Your people can starve. So many words. And I heard it. I said, I got some sense. I'm in Texas. I ain't coming back here. Them Walmarts that I used to eat at, gone. They shut it down. But they said it years ago. I was in the room when they said it. I didn't care. Because them blacks, they said, hands up, defund. It ain't going to work. Then they want to give the police less money, bring the morale down. They're going to let them control the city. And they told the people, the police union leader, he said he already told his family to move out. And they moved out. They live in Texas. They got some sense. Arizona. Because he told me, he said, man, Marquise, they said defund them. We're going to show what defund going to give. More crime. And all these so-called, he couldn't stand white liberals. This person I was talking to, I ain't going to say his name. And them white liberals, we going to show them. We going, them Kia boys going to snatch the liberal. And look what happened. It's just like a vision. That white woman was walking her dog. Baby, they put a weapon up to her dog, into her. Took out her keys. And she said, that's the car right there. Took her car. That's how bold they are. She called the cops. Cops show up an hour later. Back in the day, they would show up fast. They don't care. Because she was a white liberal. She said, let them defund the police. Okay. She cried. You know where that white liberal at? She left the city in a haste, in a hurry, because it don't work. You won't defund with ignorant blacks, you going to have more crime. People, blacks with sense, never was for defund. Those was ignorant blacks wanted that. And Black Lives Matter. Baby, them big flat Black Lives Matter members took that money and they living good. They baby daddy eating good, eating their yoni with white folks. It didn't work. Look at the city now. And then Chicago, they ignorant, they uneducated. They gonna tell Dallas, they gonna tell the South, they bragging. We a sanctuary city. Let these people come. We believe in open borders. Okay. Baby, they there now. They with a measles outbreak, and now they dealing with tuberculosis, TB outbreak in Chicago. It's spreading. Y'all say y'all want it. And the people in Texas, I know this personally because I talked to congressmen people. They knew it was going to happen. They made sure to send people that was sick and didn't tell Chicago because they knew they don't have the infrastructure. They don't care. They brought sick people on purpose to Chicago. And I was there and I took care of somebody and I was there in a room. I took care of somebody's sister that was worked with the governor. Yeah, your people in Chicago, you from Chicago? I ain't gonna say nothing. But you better not be going in the next 6 to 7 months or a year. Don't go ever. I said, why? Well, in order to be a CNA, they have to give you a TB test. Yes, ma'am. And they have to see if you got it. And if you got it, you can't work here? Yeah. Well, you go to Chicago. You will come back with that. I'm not gonna say nothing. Can you push me in there? It's time for breakfast. I said, yes, ma'am. I didn't know what she mean. Until I seen the news, she was right. Tuberculosis and measles, whatever. They got so many outbreaks. And ain't no black folks ain't got that much care. This is all by design. They suffer. Get it? I saw it. You ain't gonna see me back in no Chicago. Baby, the soul got tuberculosis. Whatever. I'm ignorant. It's running rapid. And then Brandon Johnson said, I'm going to evict you. Yes. Because they tell him evict him. That's a plot. It's spreading like wildfire. Because once all the people with sick people get out the street, baby, they might as well shut down the border of Chicago. Shut it down. They the tuberculosis, whatever it is, the Mexican people can't say it. They don't know how to say it. Shut up. We are uneducated. We ignorant. They out there selling food with bumps. They all downtown. They ain't stun ya. You're uneducated. And Texas, they living good. We laughing at y'all in the city. Their governor got the last laugh. When I tell you that governor got the last laugh, baby, it is something, 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 something. It is something, 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 something. When I tell you that governor, he won. He played chess. And he played chess. Okay, I tried to call one of my sources. She probably watching the Wally show. So give me a hold on, y'all.
The box of the person you are calling is currently full and cannot accept new messages. Hello, you've reached the 15th Ward office of Alderman Raymond Lopez. To speak to someone during normal business hours, please press 1. Para hablar con alguien... Your call is being transferred. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling the 15th Ward office of Alderman Raymond Lopez. This is Jasmine speaking. How may I help you?
Hello, this is Marquise Wiley from the Wiley Show. I did interview Alderman Lopez. I just wanted to like get a statement from your office, and I could just email you all about the outbreak that is going on with the measles and everything from the migrant crisis.
Okay, let me give you give me 1 second, the 15 word office email.
Yeah, because I was
Okay.
I was looking for like a statement. What have the Alderman made a public comment about the outbreaks that's going on in those shelters?
I wouldn't be able to tell you because he hasn't been here in the office, and he's in City Hall right now.
Oh, okay, okay. What's the email
Yeah.
address, please, ma'am?
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, she don't know. Mm-hmm. 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 She don't know. Yeah, I'll be in City Hall too with a mask and some gowns. With two masks, two gowns. I think they need to put an ordinance to do everything by Zoom. I wouldn't want to go downtown because that's at the heat of the viruses.
Ward 15.
What was,
W8. Sorry.
oh,
Pardon me?
hold on 1 second. Let me open up my email. 1 second, ma'am. Hold on. I'm gonna just type it in my computer and everything.
Yeah.
Because I know you're busy today. I know you're ready to go on lunch.
I think everyone.
Oh, you had to carry one.
No,
I
but
understand. What's the email address, ma'am?
it's WARD
Uh-huh.
Ward 15
Uh-huh.
at cityofchicago.org.
Uh-huh. Okay. And what was your name, ma'am?
Jasmine.
Okay, thank you. And I hope you eat a good sandwich and eat real good too, because I know it's a lot of work that you're doing.
Oh, we had his pizza. Forget about the sandwich today.
Oh, you had a sandwich. They should have gave y'all some chicken. You like chicken? Like chicken is good too. I love baked chicken.
Okay. What you say your name is?
Oh, Marquise Wiley. I interviewed the alderman when he came out to see it was some activists they was doing a nonviolent rally downtown at the Daily Plaza. So I interviewed him on my show. He followed me on Twitter, but I just wanted to get his thoughts about the outbreak of those migrants. I mean, viruses is going crazy. So I just wanted to get his thoughts on that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, he's not in today, but
I know because I know he's
I
know he's City Hall. I just emailed him. All right. Thank you so very much. Enjoy your sandwich, ma'am.
Likewise. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So I'm nice to people. I am not ignorant. I'm not uneducated. I'll be seated down. Yes, you got it. With the white folks. You call that thing, yeah, I would do. You gonna get hung up on. In order to get information, you got to think like the white folks. You ain't studying white people. You're studying blue face and Kasha. And they learn that ignorance from the power structure that you do not see. And I can guarantee you their name is not Blueface and Kasha. That is all by design. Okay? This is what I do. Y'all just think I talk about Cardi. I ain't got to talk about her. Her husband's cheater. She took Nicki's spot. She's funded by the power. She's in debt musically. That's why she sold whipped cream, because ain't no money in music. If it was money in music, Cardi would have had 5 albums. You queens keep thinking because she's a flop. It's about the money. Who gives a damn about a plastic Grammy? Cardi got sense. And surprisingly, I'm kind of shocked because they said Nicki Minaj know how to rap. The petty's coming. Oh, excuse me, the hell guy. My head on right. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I thought because she could make some rhymes, the lady had some intelligence. But looking at the business moves, I will have to tell Nicki, put her picture back up on the screen. I got to give her my new closing with Sleepy Blacks. She is, say it with me, she is ignorant, uneducated. She don't sit down, yes, Barbie Gag City, with the white folks. Why you think Cardi said she got money? She don't need to go to a tour. Who want to sweat on stage? Who want to be around all those funky people? You know the Barty gang ain't that clean. You know the Barbs ain't that clean. They don't know how to douche right. You really don't know how to douche right until you get in your 30s. And then some people in their 30s don't know how to douche right. She's a terrible businesswoman. She got to work hard close to retirement. You're not smart. You're ignorant. You're uneducated. You don't sit down with the white folks. Somebody white told Cardi B, ain't no money in music, just writing records. You want that long green, sell liquor, sell some whipped cream, sell some nails. You gonna eat forever. That's why she's studying that new album. But she can't tell y'all that. She can't tell you that. And then only black folks say, Uncle Rufus. They should be calling me, I'm thinking like Uncle Sam. Because if you know how to think like a powerful, wealthy owner, and it's some black ones, I just see whites, because I don't see as many black move that, Tyler Perry, he moves to 682, give people ignorant stuff to watch, they'll become wit. He learned that from somebody white. So I do understand. I get it. And I love Nicki, but she's uneducated. That chain she don't own, and she's in debt, and she regret it. Now she can't even sell whipped cream if she wanted to, because they're gonna say she started for Cardi. And her pride of having acceptance with 18-year-olds, funky 18-year-olds that don't even know how to keep clean draws. And because she don't want to abandon that, she's suffering. And then somebody said she learned that from Rihanna. Rihanna learned it from the white folks. Rihanna wasn't that smart. She's from Trinidad. She wouldn't have got beat up by Chris Brown. Talk about it. If she was that smart, she would have knew how to dodge them blows. She couldn't. She recovered from that concussion, and she got with the white folks. She was from Barbados. That's a poor, filthy place. Half the people in Barbados is suffering. I didn't say and I guess you're brilliant. I didn't say I was brilliant. What I said was, I just make good common sense. That's what I said. Ask Rihanna who she learned it from. I can guarantee she did not learn from nobody. Sleepy Black. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you that. She did not learn that from a Sleepy Black. You got to be awoke to know what I'm talking about. And we go over the phone lines, but you can't get mad at me. See, y'all worship high. You're worshiping the wrong one. Worship the white people that gave her this. White people gave her that. She got that from Lil Wayne. It was white people financing the label. Shut up. You're uneducated. You're ignorant. When she tried to go against white folks, that's when she suffered with Grammys. She had her greatest suffering because she thought that the black folks was going to support her, and they made her look crazy. I'm being blackballed. I'm being in the ground. Well, you should have shut up with white folks. Why would you wear something and disrupt Catholics? Do you know how powerful Catholics are? Baby, they got their own city. You queen. I could have told you that. Baby, the Vatican got their own city. Catholics been around for centuries. And you want to make fun of that? And now you suffer it? And you call it the Nicki Minaj hate train. Who put the train on the rails? It wasn't no Charlamagne. Who owned the Breakfast Club? It's not no DJ Envy. He's in debt. He's a scammer. He damn sure ain't no Just Hilarious. She can't even keep her panties with a good man. Foxy said, you got it all. I didn't say I got it all figured. Foxy, you mad because I'm making sense. You mad. And you try to say because you rich. If you don't like what I say, you can leave. If I keep getting people like you, I will be rich. Rich people, the most rich people they prey on ignorance. McDonald's, they tell you it's good food with good protein. Liquor store, they sell you think, and churches, they give you hope that you're going to die and get to heaven with a mansion. And you make the pastor rich. I would be more wealthy having a church. Honestly, let me be the pastor of a true church. It will be packed. Because I know how to talk to uneducated, especially people that's sad. My demographic will be single, sad, depressed black women. That's the demographic of churches. But some of these black women ain't that depressed. They got bionic lines and they learn it. They don't hardly go to church or donate. They got sense. Man, it ain't about having Jesus in the sky. It's about getting the money. Okay? Now, Foxy, I'll let you call in. Do you want to call in? Now, who else I got to talk about? We ain't done yet. I'm just talking. I don't care if you get mad. This is my show. If you get upset, you going to lose black support. I get the same support from blacks. How can you lose something you barely had that support? I love black people, but black people want you to stay at the bottom. It was many blacks said, go work at a better facility. They not educated. Why would I work at a better facility where all are bad? Go work at the you ain't seen no racism till you go to the hospital. Go to the hospital if you want to. You gonna really see it is evil. Let's move on. Let's get to Andy. This Andy, he white, but he got a reminder. Yes, you white, but these shows is flopping. And All About the Tea, y'all know who All About the Tea is? I said, do y'all know who All About the Tea is? I know y'all at work. Baby, you better go in that break room. Ain't no used to be quiet. Any other day you in that break room, you in that bathroom, act like you got a boo-boo. You ain't got a boo-boo for 3 hours. You might as well say you know who he is. Do y'all know who that is? Yeah, do you know who that is? Talk back. Type yes or no. They said we ought to know Wiley. Thank you. So this man, he thought because he was white, he could just keep flopping and keep his job. Temporarily you can, but them white folks like, baby, these shows are flopping. Then he was pitted, he was born, he treat white people better. Then he treated black people, treated them worse. He destroyed the entire Real Housewives franchise. They been flopping. Potomac and Atlanta. They been flopping. And you know you bad if you gay and flopping. They barely want to deal with you because you get it from the backside. We knew he ain't nothing when this man got scammed by the bank. A scammer, but he said put my past go. How you supposed to be smart? I can understand if you was wily. That's to be expected. I'm uneducated. So many people think I'm ignorant. But when I start sitting with the white folks, I feel free. He sat with the wrong white people because he got scared by the banks. And he was messy. And he was doing all that mess. And I told him, stop going to them bars. Stop doing the cocoa. You better make sure you get that show. He thought he was untouchable. The only reason why you was welcome and had a little piece of power at Bravo is because you had ratings. Once the ratings go, they're going to push you up out of there like Mr. did, Sheely, and her sister. Get out of here. Get off my land. Did he? Right. They kicking him out. He's uneducated. He's ignorant. If you thought Bravo was going to keep you and you flop it, you must been drinking that stuff that Wayne was on. That's what Lil' Kim said in Black Friday. Soon when you flop, you going to see all your homeboys at Bravo go tell you you got to go. White people got that power. They don't keep people that's flopping around. They'll keep you around, but you in the back breaking up boxes. You go. And his pride won't let him leave. He told Monica and All About the Tea, take it down. I'm going to sue. All the major outlets said you got fired. Why you reaching out to Monica and All About the Tea? You better take it down or I'm going to sue. Sue for what? You ain't suing TMZ. You ain't suing Bravo. You ain't suing Page Six. You ain't suing all these white publications, but you coming for the black ones. Shut up. Take your L and let me run Bravo. I get the ratings up. I get my mama, she's a drunk. I'll lick her the face. I know how to be black and stupid. That's what y'all love. I got plenty. I got my sister. She love to get hit across the Washington Drive with thugs. I bring them. Please let me run it. Bravo, if you're listening. Somebody tag Bravo on X. I run it. I know pretty ignorant blacks. I'll be ignorant. You know I got hit with the library ran out naked. I can do that on the show. Come on. You know Hillcrest, that could be my storyline. Them calling the cops. Got people submerged in them bed sores and stuff oozing out them sores. I take the position. I take it. I don't care if those people call me Uncle Ruffus. I'm going to be Uncle Bravo. I don't care if they say I sold out. I sold in. I love sitting with, yes, you got it, with the white folks. Hire me. I'll take the position, Andy. Andy, hire me. Oh, you fired. Bravo. Who the owner of Bravo? You blacks don't know. You're that educated. The educated blacks, they know. They with white people at Bravo already talking right now. They already with Bravo. The educated black, they can't be in the chat. They at Bravo already. Put my name. Who is the executive? Tally Mac. What's his picture? Tally Mac. When are you coming back? Tally. Oh, Tally Mac. When are you coming back? Tally Mac. Give me a second. You can hire me. I'm about to beg for this job. I beg for everything else. I beg for Jesus to come rescue me. And look what that got me. Police cars. Oh, she a white woman. Oh, baby, I got that job. Oh, yes. I got that. Bravo. Is this the Bravo network? Give me a second. Hope I got it right. If that's the right owner. Hold on, y'all. You know me. I got to triple check myself. If y'all don't mind. Yeah, that's her. Hire me. Don't worry, I'm gonna email you. I take it. I get them ratings up in 120 days. Let me take over. My first pick is Lil Kim. And I'm gonna pick Nicki too to be on there because she ain't got no job. She's suffering. Baby, NBC, Universal, they gonna love me. We gonna get Wendy Williams out of the sober house. So what? Let her be a drunk. That's what black people do. They drink. We want her on the show. What's Grammys? What's Oscars? We put her right on the show. We put her back on television. The source was credible. He just mad. Upset. They should fire him. Might as well. He flopping. You might as well. Fire him. I'll make me no different. I ain't gonna feel no type of way. Did anybody feel some type of way when the police came after me? Nope. When I went to Plano, Walman Plano, did nobody care about me? What's NBC Universal number? Send me the number. I want to talk to NBC. If somebody got the phone number, give it to me. I want that job. I don't care if somebody said, I don't care nothing about that. Who cares? Good. Maybe you go to heaven. I just want to know, do y'all want to see Wiley on NBC Universal? Do y'all got the number? And see, when you flop, and this is why I told Monica should lead it too. And the reason why Monica will be brought on as executive producer and casting director is because that's her sole purpose of covering Real Housewives. The problem is he's outdated with black people. You got to get somebody black. Just because you ride Blackpink, you don't know black women. I'm a pro at ignorant, uneducated blacks. I know them like the back of my hand. And I might even bring Thaddeus and Cecilia. You know Africans, put them on there. They lazy and they know how to entertain. They whooping them patients at Hillcrest. You might as well let them come and be on the show. They whooping them patients. Tearing them up. I bring Sherelle's World. She boring. No, I'd rather bring her husband. At least he got some sense. No, he don't. What's meditation? That man meditation. Bring the husband. That thing don't work. And Sherelle, she lost herself. Monica destroyed Sherelle's World. Sherelle's World used to be popping, not no more. Sherelle's World lost all them interviews and contact. They all with Monica. They ain't stunned Sherelle's World. That woman couldn't even buy a good wig. She is ignorant. Sherelle's World got no edges. She is uneducated and her coochie is dry. She know that. That's why when she talk about me, she get all wet on the inside. She had never been wet with Mr. Perry. That thing don't work with Mr. Perry, but mine's work. It just like it'll work for Sherelle's World. We gonna upgrade that room from 1994 call center tees to 2024, the best technology that money can buy. Because when I get through munching on that dust mop, she gonna have some sense. Talk back to me in this chat. Once I start munching on that dust mop, she gonna really get some sense. Baby, she gonna have on better wigs. Look at Lil' Kim. Ever since that young boy been eating that yoni and sticking his tongue down in her juices, she been growing. And she got Wiley with the loose eye. Cricket eye. Hump that eye. Ow. Ever since I've been uplifting her, Kim be a part of the conversation. Because the Bible said in the scripture, it said life. Talk back to me. It said life. It said life. It said life. It is in the power of the tongue. It said life. It said life. Life and death is in the power of tongue. And that ain't talking about physical sense. That's talking about your company. You keep speaking bad, you just gonna be a CNA all your life. Guess what? You just gonna be a CNA all your life. But start saying you gonna be successful. You gonna be iconic. You gonna be wealthy. You gonna be taking over. You gonna be sitting with the white folks. I guarantee you by experience, you gonna be sitting with the white folks. So what? They sitting down and laying on their stomach. So what? You standing up with your big old black legs in the air and you're waving and just don't care. You spoke it in experience. You spoke it. I said I want to retire. And ever since then, I think like a business owner. Now, I'm new into entrepreneurship. You can't try to put me on the same level as somebody with millions. Are you dumb? Just stay ignorant. You don't get no successful company overnight. That's why some of you blacks don't keep it. You sleepy blacks get a business and you quit. It take work. You didn't come indoctrinated being a sorry CNA. It took, well, according to Cecilia Thaddeus, they got it in 2 days. So it take time for that. I said I want investors. So investors gonna come with real money. I can't just, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking to employees. The gifted part of this, I still can entertain employees. I can entertain bosses. I can think like a boss, tap dance like a boss, and I damn sure could be a good old employee in entertaining them. I was a good one. I won plenty Employee of the Month, plenty pictures. Hi, I'm so happy. Man. It made me feel good getting a parking spot. I didn't even have a car. Maybe if I'd invested in my business back then, I could have owned a lot. I could have owned the facility. But my mind was like an employee, and I was happy having a spot. I didn't even have a car to park it in there. And when I had a car, I barely could afford it. Many employees are going through that right now. Can I get an amen? As many employees got cars they can't afford. Because that boss that you thought was so nice and gave you employee the money, you go for a raise, he gonna fire you. Get out of here. Call the cops and tell them you trespassing. You ain't living well as no employee. Not now, unless you got certain type of jobs. I'm talking about people. I'm being realistic. I'm talking about people at Walmart, people at Amazon. And you got to work to keep those fat checks. You stop working, the checks drop. Can I get an amen? You stop doing them doubles, your checks drop. Amen? My checks is fat. How many hours you did? 180. Okay, go back down to 40. Would it be the same? No. You only have them fat checks is because you have to work every day with no breaks. And some people work so much like Thaddeus that you got to sleep in the break room. And that brother with that stinking breath said, liar. I guess I am a liar when Peggy know how to edit the time. So technically he wasn't. Well, no. I know they did it. She edited that time just because she sit there and she's smart. That's an evil white woman. And she's so evil, but employee. Miss Peggy, you told me something about Hillcrest. Now I'm about to say this. Now, Hillcrest, they know you said it. Give me a second. Because she talked too much about her boss. I hope she get fired for just saying this. She said the new company, they cheat. They changed the system. They don't know what they doing. They incompetent. And then they had to come to me and change it back. And then when they want to ridicule the staff because they don't want to talk about this other lady, she don't know what she doing, effing up people payroll. So they put us all in a Zoom. She said that, leadership at Hillcrest, the owner. How would I know that? Peggy talked too much. Fire her. She shouldn't be saying it to this black man with a platform. Y'all know I was going to tell it. Peggy. She dragged y'all. I said, where's the app to sign up for shit? She said, quote, they not that advanced. She actually said she liked the previous company. They let her take more breaks. Then she said she had to sneak out to go get her licenses at the DMV, and Jim didn't allow it. So she just snuck out and said she had to go handle company business with a corporate meeting. That corporate meeting, she was at the DMV getting licenses, renewing her license, and then she had to get her husband because they told her you can't do it by like you got to have a birth certificate, and they said you got to have the birth certificate with the seal, and so her husband had to go dig in them garbage bags and get the birth certificate with the seal and go bring it to her. Because she said, ain't I'm in the system? You in Texas. Texas don't care you was in the system. They backwards. They want you to have the birth certificate with the seal. You let that license expire if you want to. You better go get that birth certificate with the seal. That's Texas. Cause Peggy, you an employee. You ain't the power. You still gotta work close to your 70s. You an old white woman, still gotta work. You should have took that mindset, being payroll, had your own payroll company, teach uneducated black owners how to have payroll. You could have been QuickBooks before QuickBooks was QuickBooks. Shut up. You're uneducated. You was in that meeting just laughing, dogging me out, knowing that you're gonna suffer. Hillcrest. If you're listening, Peggy McKinney was dragging you. And Derek said that if it was me, if I was running the business, which would never happen, I had more employees and pay them more money. That's why, Derek, you said, I'm tired of doing all this, so I'm a DON, but I have to work the hall. You a slave. Of course you go work the hall, you African. You ain't got no right. At least they can deal with me because I'm African American. They can ship your down low, loose booty tail back to Nigeria. Talk about if you was running. You can't run Hillcrest. They gonna tell you, go get your Hillcrest in Nigeria. You damn sure ain't gonna be able to do it because they ain't got no government Medicaid and Medicare. New African better afford that. They barely can feed themselves. Who gonna pay for the lights? You think the big old fat African presidents gonna pay for the lights? Baby, they gonna be in that hut, eating that fufu rice, eating wild goat. That's it. That's why you in America. If you love Africa so much, Derek, then go take your Gucci thongs to Africa. I guarantee you can't even go back and visit because you told me at another job that is so homophobic, you can't even go back and visit. I see you at the drag shows getting it in. Catty. This is Derek. Shut down. You can't even go back home. Your home is Hillcrest. You can't even go back home. You go back home, you ain't coming back. You gonna be there. Baby, them African soldiers go. They don't like your kind there. You did all that tap dancing. And the people you defended made it that way. That stinking African food, stinking up them break rooms. I can't. Derek, you get this smoke. Hillcrest is laughing. They like it when other blacks drag other blacks. You can't even say nothing. You can't call in and drag me. I want to file a lawsuit, but you ain't got no money. And I heard, because we tried to find your name, that ain't even your real name. Them Africans that you got on there, half of those people, this is a true story, that ain't even their real name. That's not even their real name. When I had my private eye try to Google it, that ain't their real name. Half of these people, and it's sad, this is a theory. Half of them people that's working in healthcare, them Africans, is not even real licensed nurses. It's a theory. I can't prove it. I don't have the money and the power. Half of them nurses, the CNAs, we know they ain't got that certificate. But I'm talking about them nurses that RN, BSNW, all that, they don't have that for real. That's all in letters only. They like T.S. Madison. They felt like being an RN. They woke up in the wrong position. They got tired of working them 2 cents a day jobs in Nigeria. And they woke up saying, I'm going to the America. I'm going to be a RN. They didn't go to school. They just felt like that. And they work just in them low budget. You don't see none of them people in them real high budget hospitals. They all in long-term care. Damn, Derek. If I was really powerful, I'd do an investigation. But your boss got the Department of Immigration on lock. That's his homeboy, homegirl. So you good. Your heart. Boo, 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 boo. I ain't coming there. Tell them police officers to go home. Why y'all got all them cops there? My sources there. Hey, y'all got the police all in that lot. Y'all wasting the well, no, you're not. Because at least the police officers, when the residents call for not eating, at least they can leave the parking lot and go upstairs. And maybe the police officer could deliver trays. I'm glad that they there. Y'all got the police for me. I ain't coming back to Hillcrest until I'm on the schedule. Because you didn't fire me. You queen. Go ahead and fire me. I'm dragging you. Ain't I'm breaking company policy. Talking about your incompetent. Derek, you ashamed for sleeping with the ADON. A resident told me he heard y'all humping in one of them empty rooms. And I was wondering why this room smell like douche and doo-doo. I understand it now. She said, I feel like somebody was getting head and it was the Africans. And I thought she had dementia. She didn't have no dementia. She was telling the truth. Because that lady that y'all fired from the front desk was my source. Y'all fired and they got a new lady. Because she gave me a thumbs up. And I'm so sorry I talked about y'all and y'all losing y'all jobs. It was a lady, you know that lady that gave me a thumbs up? They fired her. That lady got fired. And they gave a new black woman. Baby Pierre, the assistant director, Joseph, baby, they screwing in that place, Hillcrest. Screwing. Humping. Hillcrest don't care. You think they care about two African queens getting each other in their bread basket? They stink. They don't care. They don't give a care. And I knew he was gay. The way how he was looking at me, I can smell it. But if he take a shower, he is making money. He making more money than me. Let me go on their Facebook. Don't worry, I'm going on their. You might as well hide it. Talk about, do you have WhatsApp? I don't have that African stuff. I don't want no WhatsApp so you can steal my identity. This Negro Derek said, do you have WhatsApp? Why would I want WhatsApp and I'm in America? That's the African app where y'all can scam and funnel money from Hillcrest. You're sleeping. How would you feel if I treat your parents in Nigeria in that hut like you treated the good old white folks? They ain't do nothing to your people. Poor folks didn't run over Africa. They didn't have the money. And y'all mad at the wrong white people. And you're bootlicking for the people that's keeping you in bondage. You can't say nothing. Yo, but I really believe my source told me they got y'all passports held hostage. And they got your real criminal record that if you speak against the facility, they can blackmail you and you go to prison. You screwing. Y'all losing y'all jobs. Good. You're incompetent. They already fired that lady for Walmart Quarter Plato. They fired her. She left that place crying. Because they said he gonna call the state. I ain't called the state. Why would I call the state? Y'all own the state. I ain't send the state a message. I ain't studying the state. I ain't studying them. You think I'm gonna call these state regulators, but y'all fired that lady with that raggedy teeth. It's so sad. That lady, the lead med tech, lost her job. Instead of them changing the thing, this lady lost her job. This lady need dental care. They walked her out the place and fired her. They threw her under the bus and she was crying. What I'm going to do? They fired her. That's why they had to have the police, not just for me, to walk out some employees that got fired. And they was going to give me my walking paper with a police escort and think I was going to get tased. No, baby, you better send that termination letter in the email, you queen. She lost her job. You think I got sources at Walmart Court? It's plenty of employees that hate that place. They fired that woman. And that woman, and they ain't telling that man family that man, They ain't feeding him. Why would they tell her? That man is malnourished. And he can't speak for himself. She lost her job. She should. All she did was smoke and pretend like she was RS. You should lose your job. You allow that place to have you doing stuff that was illegal. Good. Bye. And the maintenance director, he about to lose his job with that stinking breath. And that they told that lady in activity, she got her job. You not allowed to bring that dog back in here. She was hurt. Oh, what about the resident? They don't care. Skip the residents. Get that dog out of here. And she put her head down because she thought the white folks love her. And she watching, and her daughter watching right now. Her daughter look good. Her daughter is attractive. Mean as ever. She running the people out of the kitchen. If her, no, I'm talking about her daughter. I'm talking about the housekeeper. No. The activity, she ain't got no child that's there. But the lady in the kitchen, my spirit say, when y'all go visit this place, it got to be somebody white, black. They go see about the way. She ain't got no man, and the lady, the lady in the kitchen ain't got no man, and they the most mean. And then I remember the director in that Shannon and the housekeeping manager. Yeah, I had to be here till about 8, 9 o'clock. You know why? You running your staff away. Yeah, I'm running. And then they gonna have her to wanted me to work in the kitchen. I said, man, what's the schedule? 9 a.m. No, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm not working in no hot kitchen. You got, and if your daughter come in this kitchen being disrespectful to me, I'ma rebuke her. You ain't coming to this kitchen. Get your tail out of this kitchen. You don't work in here. That's a violation of OSHA. Get your handprint out of this kitchen. You are incompetent. You ain't coming to this kitchen, running this kitchen. Get out. You ran Aurora. Her husband was a good worker. He spoke good English. He the one that told me to put the passcode in. If it rained, it'll mess up the door, so you got to put a rock. Them people changing the passcode. They think I'm going to come rob. How I'm going to rob the place? What? Diapers that you don't have enough of. Garbage bags that got locked up. Them people ain't rich. I don't want to come back to that place. Baby, they did that changing the passcode. They installed new security cameras for me. I'm not coming back to that place. Who cares? You need 24/7 security so the security can see the residents get neglected. But you ain't going to have no woke security guards making reports. They're going to get fired. Baby, they got security at Walmart Court. Where they leave, you should. It shouldn't be people can walk up in that facility at any time of the day. That's a security risk. Because the facilities, well, then again, it is play though. But the facilities I work at, it's locked. Even the hospitals have areas that like you just can't walk in. That place you can just walk in. That's a security breach. Lock the doors. Have security down there. They need to have 24/7 security and a concierge. Make them people feel like it's nice. Play music. They got Alexa box. Them people so cheap, they can't even get good old systems and let the music just play through the facility. You got to talk to Alexa here, Alexa there, Alexa, Alexa, Alexa. That's how ghetto it is. Then there's new people, and it's Indians that own it. Indians. I'm not shocked. Indians own this place. They took the air fresheners out of the hallways. Your owners, the place go smell how the owners smell. Bad. When I look, I said, this why this place is funky. All you see is the empty air freshener boxes. And then you got the employee, then you got Tony, that stinking breath. He needs to be going get some toothbrush and toothpaste. He going that bad air freshener. Baby, that folk. Baby, that folk, it eats that air freshener up. That only lasts for 2 seconds. That folk for them residents not showering, it eats it up. You call the police on Wiley. I didn't commit no crime. The crime is residents not eating. You got residents that be in their room don't come down because they ain't got the $10 to get it delivered. They charging the residents to eat in the dining room. They charging them to get delivered. No, they charging to get delivered $10. That's the crime. You call it plain old police. It ain't gonna work. Cause he all aboard. Elijah Muhammad got my back. The police is tired of y'all stinking up their neighborhood. And then the activity lady, she driving the van. And that van stink. Tony gonna get me in there to clean it up. He said it got a bad odor. It's so much stench. Then on the first floor, it stinks so bad because the floors would be, it need new toilets. The folk just seeping through the bathrooms. Indian said, we ain't gonna replace it. Tony said, Mr. Indian owner, he said that your company is cheap. Talking to a millionaire is like talking to the wall. They ain't gonna hear you. You go do all the talking. The wall gonna still do what? The wall. He also said that is that water that's going through the washing machines and dryers go get in that electricity room and it's gonna be a fire. He said it should happen because you don't know what you're doing. You cheat. Baby, they got water going into the electricity room. Tony told me, an Indian told him, tell him to clean it up, put some towels down. Baby, the water gushing in the electricity room. He spat on me. They about to have a whole catastrophe because of the filth. I should complain to OSHA. They ain't gonna do nothing but cover it up. Baby, it's so much mold in that place. I have a mask in there because you better. The wall, it's nothing but lead. It's rotted. All that needs to be gutted out and repaired. And you can't tell me some of them people, they worth millions. Something not worth millions. Some of them private pay is what I want to say. And then Tony, I said, Tony, you stinking breath. Don't you supposed to have detergent for the resident? The Indians that own it, they bought the most cheap stuff. I said you should have regular detergent. Tide. These people is funky. They smell like urine. That stuff just, when you wash it, is wet urine. He finally went to get the pods. This man said, since you got 5 people to do laundry, because he think just on the list, he don't know people piss all day, every day. He only give me 5 pods. I go back. Wait, what happened to the pods? It's in the washing machine being used for each of the 5. We got 15 more people that need laundry done. He was mad that he had to give me them pods because he tried to get big bonuses because the owners tell them if you under budget so much, you get this big bonus. And the bonus is they get $1,000. You neglect to do your job just for $1,000 bonus. So people got to be funky so you can walk around with $1,000. What Tony needed, because we went to New Orleans, he couldn't afford no hotel. That's what he told me. I can't stand Tony because he lied and he Mexican. I said, why you sitting here suffering? If you know how to be a builder, Mexican people waking up. They building houses. They putting sheetrock. You ain't got to be no regular employee. It's because you a house employee. You're not an owner. And you can't do it. You don't know how to own. You barely know how to be a good maintenance worker. That's why that building falling apart. That building used to be new. It's crumbling. You go inside. You go see. But don't go now because the police that watching for Wiley. They call the cops on me. Why they call the cops on me? I'm not in there doing no harm. The harm, the stench. Copy. It's the stench. That is how incompetent Walman Court of Plano is. You call the police on me. I didn't even do nothing wrong, but exposed and was the whistleblower of the funkiness. Evil. I'm a whistleblower. It's the truth. If it ain't the truth, then why ain't in handcuffs? You would have to think of a lie, but it would have to make sense. You don't control the justice system like that. You Indian. And it proves my point that y'all are liars and deceivers. Y'all would rather silence me than to shower the residents. Which one is more easy? Showering the residents that's right there and you can just buy soap and water and more pods, or try to silence me in the justice system? That's going to take more time and energy. The simple strategy is to do your job, not silence a whistleblower, which would you be in violation of federal law. You go ahead and try to silence a whistleblower. You are really in trouble. That's a whole nother statute. In that statute, they protect whistleblowers. It's a filthy place. And you really want the cops to take me out? Do you know we got Black Lives Matter? They gonna lead their matches. They live up the street. Hands up. 1, 2, justice. Say his name, Marquise Wiley. Say his name, Marquise Wiley. Say his name, Marquise Wiley. Hands up. You gonna have a protest. Baby, them black folks, they love it. You gonna have Reverend Al? Keep him alive. You gonna have Big Crump? So Marquise, he was a CNA and he was a whistleblower. And the racist, he gonna come, Big Crump gonna find my family. She gonna be signing over. And Big Crump gonna come with that Trisco in that. You gonna help? Well, I won't be here to live the story. I'll be eat up by maggots. But my family gonna be rich. Or I'll be in heaven in a mansion with Jesus. I'll be in the choir. That's what they say. I'll be on the choir, paved with gold. In reality, I'll be in a deep sleep, eating up my maggots. But that's what they want. Them Indians, y'all know black folks love to see that. They ain't gonna come and protest for that folk in that nursing home. They don't care. But let me get deleted in that lobby outside with cameras. Them folks gonna be out there. Hands up. Say his name, Marquise Wiley. Say his name, Marquise Wiley. My mama gonna be sober that day. It's money on the line. I love my son. He was a good guy, and I love him. He was my oldest child. She gonna be saying love more in that press conference than she said to me in the last 33 years of me living. My brothers and sisters, they gonna start robbing. The crime rate gonna go down. They all gonna love me. Show pictures that I know I didn't even know it took. It's gonna be AI. Could be having some pictures. Because Ben Crump will have an AI make pictures up that we took family pictures. We took no family picture like that. We took one with her husband that she cheated on, left for her friend, and didn't want to take the picture because he wanted to be in the picture. That's how bold he was. That's the only picture we got like that on the file. Or they're going to play a little TikTok when we was doing Beyonce. Yeah, they're going to play that. They're going to have me doing my videos. They're going to play all that, the funny stuff, not that Farrakhan stuff. That ain't going to be in the 30-second clip. My family going to get millions. Or probably 285,000 the cap in Texas. I don't know the cap for police misconduct. I haven't done my research because that ain't going to happen to me. They couldn't do it. That plot, it failed. You're uneducated. You thought, oh, he's scared of the police. I ain't scared of the police. I walk with my head proud. I see plenty police officers. When I left the library situation, see, Indian, you should have did your homework. When I came back to the library, right after I got out of the psych ward. Baby, I woke up with my head high. All these officers, and I was naive. Hello, officers. How may I help you? I'm seeing the construction worker. They fixing up damages that I made because they finally got the insurance to pay, and they still fixing glass. I said, "Ooh, why they fixing up this library? This is nice." Didn't care. I was naive to it. Who cares? I'm up here reading my book, and it's the book I was reading. Anyway, that's and all these officers, it's about 20 of them. They showed a show of force. And this is me. How may I help you, officers? Marquise, you the library have banned you from this location for trespassing. You are banned for life. But this is illegal. They don't do this in Chicago. The officer took off his glasses. This ain't Chicago. This is Texas. Get up. Oh, okay. And that's the one that tased me. Yeah. And the white, I was the one that tased you. I'm like, how you doing? He was giggling. And Elijah said, walk slow. And the white people looking. All the officers look like I had security. I'm the only black surrounded with white officers. Wasn't afraid. And then I had an apartment right up the street from the library, a nice one. I said, can you drop me off? That officer said, yeah, if I put handcuffs in the back. Elijah said, don't get in there with that man. Walk. So this is me. I'm walking. Elijah said, don't you run. Don't you put your head down. Walk slow. Elijah said, walk a little fast. They driving up a little. Walk slow. Stand right there. Walk. Walk like you are part of the NOI, FOI, brother. And all the officers, they followed me all the way to my house and stayed out there. Copy. He's now on his way, order Chinese food. Copy. I'm on it. Order food. Location. He's just ordered a pizza. Over and out. Copy. Maybe he's just perched. Over and out. He's good. I'm ordering food. I was ready for them to go, so I go back on Jack, getting it in. Soon I see them leave, I went back to catfishing. I was saying them officers, they didn't scare me. They look good, by the way. They follow me. Police don't scare me. They protected. They made sure that I got to my location safely. They served and protect me. You think, because they looking at Inglewood, they Google, they think that's over. I ain't scared of the cops. I love them. Call them so I can interview them and I can talk about they need more money. They do. They overwork, calling them, wasting their time. Plano not as much because they like working for Plano. Because I was working at racetrack, and it was an officer. He said, I remember you working at Dallas Police. You was one of the officers that is escorted me to my apartment. Oh, he said, I remember that. You were so crazy, man. I remember how you been doing. I was like, I'm working at racetrack in Frisco or whatever. I said, you a Frisco officer? I said, yeah. It's less stressful, I go home with my family, the schedule are good, they pay more money. And it's like, you live out here? I said, yeah. I'm lying. Yeah, my family, they came into the money. They moved from Chicago. They got a check. They moved here. They live in prison. Oh, it's nice to see you. And he will always come back and get coffee, donuts. I give it to him for free. And then they only can get a discount. Lady, shut up. I'm like, okay, he's an officer of the law. Tell corporate I gave it some free donuts. Who you think they're gonna believe? And she went in there in the back, act like she's doing some inventory. And I'm talking to the officers. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't committing that much crap at that time in Frisco. Man, that radio hardly went off. And the dispatcher, she just got tired. Ain't nothing going on. If you select Racial Officer Ramirez, yes, ma'am, I'm talking to the guy, Raleigh, over there. Can you please tell him to bring some donuts? I see him on the camera. Bring me some chips over. Copy. I'm giving them free food. I love the police officers. I want to screw me a good police officers that's in the community. White. Definitely FBI agent. I would love me FBI agent. Give me a federal bureau investigation officer ever. They intelligent. In order to be an FBI agent, you got to be organized. You got to be a strategic thinker and a good investigator. I want them to investigate my walls and tear it up. Investigate this throat. Hit every inch. I want a white one. Because white people, they love black anacondas. They appreciate black love. Especially in the bedroom. So I'm in Frisco. I'm not scared of the cops. I'm not. Why would I be scared of the cops? Now, they come and be ignorant. Okay. I still won't be scared. I'm like, player, don't do that. If you look good, take me out the back. Let's get it in. I get on my knees and make you feel good. And I guarantee you, the rest of your shift, you'll be with me. Because most of them is just uptight. They wives ain't real nasty no more. Man, please, a lot of them officers, they would love to have Wiley. They study you. A lot of them is fans of the Wiley show. They probably would have got an autograph. They really would have turned it up. You don't know how I would react. Shut up. You're uneducated. And the police, my source went out, they got the police there now. They said the police just pulled up. Why y'all wasting the police time? Them officers get tired of coming there not to do nothing. At least if I worked at a donut shop, they would love me. Because at least they can sit out and eat donuts. Ain't no bistro in there. You just keep calling the cops. Leave them people alone. They watching me right now and laughing. An officer called me. They said we get a complaint. You ain't doing nothing wrong. You have a freedom to talk. Yeah, that place is sorry. Leave me alone. Leave the police alone. Share it. Shut up. Stop calling the cops. Stop being a Karen. If I was so bad, then why you want me to get in that car with you and pick you up? You know why? Because you see this big old black man with power. These big black thighs, big black lips. And you walking. You ain't never had a black man like me. You want me in that car? I said, no, I walk. Want to get in your car? Because the last time I watched a movie and the lady said that color purple, I can't have him in the car, have a colored man drive me around. I reminded of that. You think you about to set me up? She tried to set me up. Talk about, I do be seeing you walking. Of course you see me walking. Is it against the law for black people to walk? So that's a crowd walking while black or lipping while black. They been scared of me walking. They told me. This lady gave me a great book bag. I saw you out there walking. So what? It's not against the law for me to be walking. I can walk in the neighborhood. I ain't doing no crime. It ain't no crime just because I walk with authority. That turned the women on. It turned them on. They never seen a black man like that. Behind the scenes, they tell a boss. But at night, they watching the Wiley Show. Man, I wish I had that tongue all over my body. They love, white women love alpha men. Just go back to slavery. Them slave master wives, some of them was getting it in. Baby, you go to one plantation, baby, they had a big black man. They was wearing white women out in them in the houses. They went, just read a book. They ain't gonna put that in no movie. They put some of it, but it was one really was getting there. Black man getting it in. And that spirit still alive at Walmart Court of Plano. I sniffed their spirit. They couldn't try me because I would have turned them down. You evil. And you ain't got the money. Give me that. Give me that Indian sun. He looked good. Man, he got the power and he didn't smell. He walked with authority. I knew he was rich. And that Mexican housekeeper, the one I can't stand that worked the first floor, that's the owner's son. That's the owner's son. Man, I looked at him. I wasn't stunned that house employee, that activity lady. Employee, get out of my face. I'm looking at the owner's son. He should be talking. And you know what? He didn't even speak. He should have been telling us how to be bosses. He ain't. I looked at him, saw his spirit. I tried to get up and follow him outside. I want to see what kind of car he got, what neighborhood he live in, who is his friends, what's his name. I want to shake his hand. And then they got me trying over 2 employees. They did it on purpose. Because they knew I would have talked to that boss. I ain't stunned you employees talking about. And when that white lady said, Shannon, can't give you nothing. Reason why you ain't gonna get no black man, you gonna get a sorry one. You gonna get an offer like me. When you said we ain't giving no more free food, I ain't give you nothing. And you not a bad looking white woman. You look nice, thick, tight jeans, tight. You thick, but you sorry. You thick, but you sorry. You was a sorry white woman. Because you let all that stuff go on with your own people. That's your grannies and aunties. But you look good looking and thick. But what you said, we are not getting free breakfast and lunch. I was through with you. And my stomach was already hungry. Y'all don't even feed us enough. That little piece of breakfast y'all did give us. Y'all act like y'all was giving us a whole big old plate. Only people that got that is the house employees was giving it for this lady. I should have stayed because since she got fired, they would give me extra. They would give her a lot. Them black cooks love white people. Me, little piece of something. And then get out of the kitchen. You don't walk that way. White folks walk anywhere in that kitchen. That's why I can't stay. I hold all y'all. And that kitchen lady, she's sorry. Nasty food. She can't even cook. Put me in that kitchen. I get a great kitchen staff. I get the lady from Sweet Georgia Brown to cook. I get the grades. And I think Nate said you have the wrong sides. The residents ain't gonna care. It's better than that slop. Sweet Georgia Brown is a whole gourmet meal. Did that slop they eat? That slop they eating is a whole gourmet meal. And I ain't got nothing against the owner. I would like to meet the brother. Hello, sir. Thank you, sir. Can you teach me how to have a place and make millions? I want to meet the owner. I think I met the owner yesterday because I was at a location and this man was Indian and he looked dead at me in my face. I said, that's the owner. I believe that's the owner, brother. But the way that guy came, I'm just literally out in this area. And he just looked at me like he kind of lied. He just want to make sure it's me. If he said he was the owner, baby, I'd have said, let's go to the bathhouse. Let's get it in. Hey, come on. We could have got it in. Because it looked like he really wanted some of this, if you know what I mean. How you doing? Hello? Because they Googled that too. Name me no difference. I want owners. Man, please, a boss want another boss. I'll let you do a strategic hump. And they all watching. They mad. So if y'all think my video is gonna make them people stop being employees, owner of Walmart Quarter Plano, I got a bridge in Baltimore to sell to you. It is submerged with water. If you believe me going live, talking to y'all, gonna make them employees wake up, they not. They gonna pick up more shifts. Aurora said, I'm leaving this place. Soon as I left, she take my position. She's an employee. She's Mexican. Ain't too much she can do. They can ship her back to Mexico. She complained about her father's health care. Bad health care. She got dental work. Can't afford to get the rest of the stuff done. She's not making enough money. She's not thinking like a boss. I told her you could be your own housekeeper, your own cleaner. Baby, you could be cleaning apartments, making more money than you make at Walmart quarter play now. But you don't believe in yourself. So you're going to be cleaning them people. I don't know why you clean. It's still funky. She complained about how funky. It ain't the room. The room smell nice. It's the flesh. They ain't shower twice a week. You shower twice a week. It's cause you're going to smell bad. And they mad. They said in the meeting, he's connected with Lil Kim. And the Indian said, who is this Little Kim? She's a hip gangster rapper. They said that in the meeting, gangster rapper. They said me and her working together. They really believe that me and Lil Kim is really working together. We are. But we ain't bringing no gangster rapper to Walmart Quarter Play, no. That ain't her demographic. She can't have the residents. Baby, they gonna have what the world? They gonna be falling out and pooping on themselves. You want to rumble with the bee, huh? First of all, she gonna be saying, it smell up in here. She gonna be saying, it smell up in here. They can't have Janet Jackson. You remember Janet Jackson said, it's smoking in here. And she gonna be saying, it smells shitty in here. That place is disgusting. And Tony, that man was in there shampooing the carpet. I'm glad. And people were slipping, resident was slipping and sliding. You should have did that because you trying to let me see all this work. And then they said, this is a source. The lady at the front desk called me. She said that you are a undercover state inspector. That don't exist. I'm not an undercover estate regulator. I'm not. I don't care about that place to be reported to the state when the state set it up this way, when they got to give them a certain amount of time to fix the problem. Why do we need an undercover state inspector when they give them a certain amount of time to fix every issue? And at best, they're going to get a fine or let somebody leave, they're destroyed. You got to be so extreme to get places shut down. That place was shut down if that owner, like he did in Chicago, sold it and all the employees went out of business. That place went out of business. And just the residents was there, and then they would have to ship the residents to Hillcrests of the world. Because they didn't even fire me. They just keep me on there, and then they're going to say, let me text them. Then they're going to say, yes, you can get a shift this week. That's what they're going to say. And then you go have the cops. I just want to know. Let me text her on the air. I'm texting her right now. Because I can come to me per my attorney legal counsel. She trying to set me up. I will never meet with y'all in another facility ever. If you want me to get my report, you better hook up Zoom. You better hook up Zoom. Let me hit up Shannon in the email. That's wrong. They did that. Give me a second. Because these people, they prey on people that don't have an education. They do that. And you send emails. Do never get on the phone with these people. I wish I would meet up with these people. And you ain't going to text back. You did something wrong, sus. You tried to set me up. And I'm supposed to be your black brother. You wrong for that, sus. And lied. Ooh, and not even a good one. You gave me that good old African lie. Outdated, uneducated, and full of flies. Because that's what the lie you told. Couldn't believe you lied to me like that. Well, I can't believe it. I'm not shocked. Anytime you dealing with a problem in Texas, you got to write it down. If in healthcare, if you don't document it, it didn't happen. That goes on in life. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And never go as a black man to a place without your attorney. If you can't afford one, you better go to somebody that got a law license. Don't you go by yourself. They prey on that. Because clearly we try to go in good faith and they trying to set somebody up. And they have to communicate about your employment status. If they don't, just go complain to their agency outside residence rights. You go outside of employment stuff. They have to respond. They can sit there and they lie to you in a second. And if they do, that's on them. You send them a text, you send them an email. And then if they don't respond, then they are no longer competent in what they're talking about because they're trying to give you the runaround. Because they already watching. They play these games. Same with Hillcrest. They don't want to respond. I want you to come with that person. Then he changed the name to somebody else's name. I'm not doing that. It's a setup. It's a setup. I would never go back to those places. Ever. If I go back, we ban it. And every resident got to go because we going to build it up again. Greater, bigger, and stronger. Shout out to Imani Van Zant. I love her. It's going to be one of the best facilities ever. It's going to be better than them sweat musty shops they call Walmart Quarter Plato, Hillcrest. Baby, that's Folkcrest. Thank you all so very much. And I love, don't get me wrong, I love working in healthcare. But with the system, you better be a physical therapist. Even as a physical therapist, I'll be a physical therapist. You got to go another way. I want to own places because the type of vision I have, because I'm cockeyed, the type of vision I have, you have to be an owner. And it ain't too many African American owners that's owning facilities at a high level. They may own one or two, maybe three. but they'll own it like these people 85, 1,000. You got to be an owner, okay? And I love my audience. And I told my audience, I said, I'm just doing something to see what it works, and it works. So if you want to contribute to the Wiley Show, I think Nate, that brother, what he contributes to me is just great conversation. He talked to me last night. Shout out to so many people that have chit chatted with me. Y'all pray for Brother O'Neal. He's going through it, you know what I'm saying? And y'all pray for my strength, man. I've been working on some things. I just really want to just continue to give y'all great advice. We got the website coming back. It's definitely, I just been having a good time. Who coming to Vegas? Who coming to Vegas? Y'all make sure y'all comment below for Vegas. Like who coming to Vegas? If y'all coming to Vegas, let me know. It's gonna be amazing. April 26th through the 28th. We will open up the phone lines and we will let y'all call in if y'all want to call in. Who want to call in? I shout out to y'all. I don't know if this will work. I think somebody said we are doing really good on X. Hey X, can y'all donate to a player? We can open up the phone lines. Give me a second here, and I love you all so very much. Um, definitely with that. All right. I didn't know he got that. Okay. 972-674 9462. 96 people in the chat. On X. Yes. Oh my God, I literally just got on and he's talking about me. Delusional. We're married. And I have been taking on so much stress. And my husband, he had called me. He said, quote, I'm going to make you some ribs. And babe, what did you say? You're going to make ribs and collard greens. And I think he said, since you like paprika, it ain't got no seasoning, but he's gonna make that. And I love my husband. We've been married for a couple of months now, and it's been the best of my life. Love you, husband. Um, my husband has just been amazing. He's right there, and he's showing me love. And he told me, babe, don't take on the stress. He did rub my feet. So he did. Love you all. And I will see you all later. Thank you all for your amazing support. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. I will talk to you on another video. Peace.